Yeah, hello everyone. We're just gonna take a quick look at the new Rhythm bot in Discord to see if it's playing too loud, too soft, whatever.
Boots and cats.
Uh, just because we haven't tried it on the stream before, but it should hopefully solve all of our music problems that we've been having. Like music suddenly cutting out, music stopping for no reason, music not playing when I click on it, blah blah blah. Yeah, it's the only part of
We've
Roll20 I
had
really
music
hate.
problems.
But, it should be fine now. So, anywho, welcome, everyone, to Lay Old Dorkvision stream. Let's... Where did we leave off last time? So last
I
time...
asked you this.
You asked me this. I believe you guys, faced some sort of encounter at the start of the last session.
It was some corpse flower thing.
Right, the corpse flower thing. You guys encountered a dead body, and after checking it out without precaution, it rose into a giant shambling flower filled with zombies. You guys dispatched it pretty easily, strangely enough. And then Bjorn the Zorn led you to this new location, a little niche cut into the side of the jungle boar's walls. And within there were a bunch of moss-covered mounds with little stones that have runic carvings glowing all over them. And within, you found that the stones were covering the burrows of these deep gnomes. After a short meeting with them, Zumasu promptly started to mouth off and say he's gonna kill them all and fuck them to death. Whatever. And, they quickly retreated into their little burrows, whereupon you guys found out you'd had to exorcise Zumasu from the hag's curse that was possessing him from way back when you guys met Granny Weevil Eyes. But
I am Pazuzu.
Get for kissing poop face.
you guys decided to end it early, despite knowing that it may come with a price. The price, you have not figured out what that is yet.
I got weird scars though.
Got weird scars though. Meanwhile,
It's 250.
Boom Crash and with the gnome Peggy's help, made another olive branch to the deep gnomes. They finally acquiesced and have just let Peggy into their burrow to do business with them. So, that is where we leave off now. Okay. So, Benegrin, the seeming leader of these deep gnomes, ushers Peggy into the burrow, and they follow each other and descend to the darkness. For a while, things are pretty quiet in this little mossy grove. The little Smurf Nevlins are just kind of like walking around, intrigued by like all of you guys. You know, just dealing with stuff. Do you guys want to do anything in this brief time?
I'm gonna go up to Amon and ask him what gems he needs to do his magical healing stuff, because we might be able to get him from these guys.
Diamonds. Diamonds.
Diamonds. Okay, we can ask. And hopefully barter, because they don't take money.
The Smurf Nevlins are sniffing at your shoes.
I'm not wearing any shoes.
Well, your as in all of yours.
Okay.
Ugh, food fetishes.
No. It's actually a very common fetish, weirdly enough.
They're everywhere.
Pretty much.
All right.
Some shoes are sexy, but I would totally break ankles with them. Just my own, mostly.
After a while, some of the deep gnomes get bored, and they start just heading back into their burrows and whatnot.
Good.
But a few more are still chilling about on the surface. Seems like they want to keep an eye on you guys.
That's fair.
since you guys are here.
Wait, doesn't Mao have cards? Couldn't she play a game or something to try and?
I don't want to play a game with them. I'm gonna sit down and sharpen my weapons.
Okay.
I'm gonna take a nap.
All right. The rest of the party is out by the caravan. They are just outside, pretty much. Only like a 1-minute walk.
Didn't we leave Zuzu behind because he freaked the fuck out?
Yeah.
Yeah, yes.
I'm with them.
Oh,
Right.
okay,
That's why
got
you
it.
guys were down there. Actually, I forgot about that.
Okay.
But yes, that.
Wait, I thought. Oh, wait. No, Amon did stay behind.
Yeah, because I was along with the initial group. Didn't feel like adding fuel to the fire.
Okay, so bouncing around, doing nothing.
Yep. So you
Take
guys can take a short rest. Not that you guys really need it, I guess. But Peggy is gone for more or less an hour. Eventually, she reappears. She pops out of another burrow over here. Then comes up to you guys. Hey, you guys. Sorry I took so long. It's freaking huge down there. It's like a whole city practically of tunnels and whatever. But
Rad.
yeah, this area, and she like gestures kind of like towards this mound over here. That seems to be their like marketplace, I guess. But they have a lot of gemstones, and they definitely have the one that we need. I don't know if we have something to barter with, but I could definitely be your go-between, gal.
That would be great. If they have diamonds as well, that would be awesome. So Amon can resurrect anybody if he needs them.
Oh yeah, they definitely would have at least some diamonds in there. Honestly,
Okay.
it's probably just however many you want, but unfortunately, they don't take coin, as they
Yeah.
told you.
Will they
before.
gamble?
I don't know. I mean, if you're not gambling coin, I suppose.
I have a question.
I
Like coin is worth the weight in gold, quite literally. Would they just take it for the gold value, or do they just not care about?
They don't seem to care about the mineral value of gold.
they
only seem
care
to
about shinies and usefulness.
They care
Yeah, gold
about
is kinda-
gemstones in particular. Peggy seems to explain to you guys. They do have gold and whatnot, but from what Peggy's seen, it's mostly just used as a means to an end. They just put it in metal stuff sometimes.
I have
So they're
seashells.
they're basically Incans.
Okie dokie. And perhaps if we have something useful and interesting, they might be willing to trade for that as well.
Oh yeah,
Um,
they probably don't have a ton of stuff down here if they're confined to just this little hollow here. So if we
Mhm.
have anything that they might want, we might be able to get a bargain.
Okay.
Peggy.
I have some treasure. I have stuff that I'm willing to sell, including some wine bottles from Allure.
Same. So,
So-
I don't know. Are you going to be currying our thoughts down to them, or are we going to be meeting with someone specifically? I begin to take my pipe out. I was like, because this might be fun for them. Start puffing out weird creatures.
It's like I have spinel, I have a gold comb, I have a music box.
I'll see if I can
Um,
find a merchant down there. That lady went off to go do other things, I guess. So it's kind of been a whirlwind down there.
Okay.
Let me see if I can go find him.
Thank
And
you.
She disappears
Peggy.
down into a burrow. You guys wait a few moments, and then she returns. This time with another deep gnome. She comes over towards you guys. Hey guys, this is, what was your name again? Pickledrow Ofgarn. Her name seems to be Peckledrow.
Peckledrow. Okay, cool.
She's a local, weaponsmith, but she does deal with gems a lot, mostly in the enchanting biz.
Whoa, that's actually Very interesting and very good to know. Mal, you might be interested. Pointy things.
Pickle person, sure.
um, I believe Peggy has told you what we're looking for.
Speaking mentally, of course, right?
Yes, absolutely. I have this spinel right here. Sort of put that out. I have these 5 pieces of jasper. I have something that's only specified as fancy necklace. I assume that there are stones in it.
If
And
you didn't write any
these 2
down, then they might
pieces
not
of
be in
jet.
Okay. She looks at the gemstones, and she produces from her apron pocket a large enough emerald that Peggy might be able to use. She had been asking for it for the navigator's tools.
Mm-hmm.
Peggy speaks to her in Gnomish really quickly, and then there's a small conversation. How much are your gemstones worth?
The spinel is 500 gold pieces. The jasper, the 5 pieces of jasper are 250 each. And the 2 pieces of jet are 100 each. Or, yeah.
Yeah, I also have 1 jet that I can add to that pool.
So 3 pieces of jet for 100 gold pieces each.
Okay.
Additionally, I have an emerald pendant, potentially owned by our favorite bad guy. If there's anything else? I mean, it's emerald. It's got a stone. in
Yeah,
it.
it's fancy as fuck.
I got
Use
Yeah,
it.
it's
I got 2
seashells.
things that you guys might want. I have a spinel and a jet black gems worth 100 gold points each. Would you take those?
I mean, they can. So, Heckledrow starts looking over your gemstones. She takes out like a sort of makeshift jeweler's loop made out of like a hollow wooden tube with bits of gemstone glass within it. And she starts looking carefully at your gemstones. She picks out, what were the 250 gems?
Jasper.
Jasper. She does pick out some of these, and looks towards Peggy to translate, and she's like looking at you as she's talking to Peggy. And Peggy says, she seems to want some of these jaspers. If you're willing to part with 4 of these, she'd be willing to do the emerald. It seems.
That seems like a good deal to me.
Let me. I'm gonna check my skills. I want to see if I have appraise. Nope. Never mind.
Well, appraisal isn't a skill; it's just an intelligence check. Maybe an
Okay, so let's do a
Hmm.
check to see if we think we're getting a good deal, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, because we also want to get a diamond too, possibly.
Yeah.
So maybe we can try and figure out value and make a. We'll give you a
Mhm.
little bit of extra for that one.
All right. Make an intelligence check, Moon Crash. Mal can assist you. Oh,
Yes.
well. So you look at the comparative gemstones, and while the emerald is a rather unusually large emerald, it's unworked. Your jaspers are like nice cut gems, I believe, and their value is a bit heightened compared to the emerald. You could probably do this for a little more than half that amount for just 2 jaspers, probably.
Oh, okay. So, that's actually yay! I'm so glad that I rolled that 20. I put forward 2 jaspers, and I'm like, you get a third if you're willing to cut this into what Peggy needs, because it's unworked. We need it to be like this flat lens, right?
Yeah. Wait.
Does
I
that
mean,
seem
you're
fair?
speaking telepathically, so Peggy can't hear you. But the
She's in the group chat.
oh, she's in the group chat. Um, We're going Rari's telepathic bond now, I see.
I
Uh, so, um, after transferring all this information, Peckledrow looks up at you. Make a persuasion check.
Okay. Ooh.
Uh,
Mal, can you crack your knuckles behind me and assist?
the deep
Do I
gnome
want to threaten?
shakes her head and looks at Peggy to speak with her. Mm, it sounds like she doesn't want to do that. She can cut the gem, but it's not worth that. Um, if if you have some sort of middle ground, she might be willing to compromise. She also
Um,
said if you wanted that she could um, share some of her other wares, if you wanted to spend more. She might be
Absolutely.
more willing if you buy more.
Of course. We're also looking for some diamonds. Um, so do you have any of those on hand?
She nods her head yes.
How many? They're
She
very useful to us, so we'll take.
it looks like she
We're
did
very
bring them
curious.
with her.
Cool.
So she pulls them out of another pocket. There's a little satchel within it, and she pours them out. These ones are uncut diamonds, once again, but there's plenty there. It's probably about 1,000 gold pieces worth of diamonds in the palm of your hand. She's eyeing you carefully as she shows this to you.
I smile and and I nod as like that would do very nicely. So
She's asking you how much you want.
um hold one moment please. Mao,
Mm.
can you go to Amon and ask him how many diamonds he wants? There's about 1,000 gold pieces worth right here, and do we need all of them?
I will walk away and go find Amon and then ask him, how many diamonds do you need?
Okay, hold on just a sec. Let me check. I think I need 300 the gold points worth of diamonds.
So this
we're
is
kind-
approximately.
So if there's more, you're
Three?
okay with that?
I mean, like, how much do you want to live? That's the question.
We really want to live, so it's about how much we can possibly afford at this point.
I'm just like eyeing him, just like, really? Really, dude?
Okay,
Yes.
so do you.
No, I'm just gonna go back and say like, yes, really. dude," and touch my face.
I'll go back to Boom Crash and I relay information. All of them is preferred if you don't want to die. Just
Okay.
Just that.
300 GP is the bare minimum if you want anything done.
Okay, and we have about 1,000, so that's. This
at
is
least
awesome.
3 different situations that can be recovered.
I like those odds. And I like that if the entire party dies, except for Amon, he can resurrect us all if he chooses to.
Yep.
So.
Who's that first?
So.
She seems to be requesting that if you want all of them, she's going to ask for all of your jaspers, as well as some additional gems to make up for the remaining
For the
cost.
cost difference, she can have all of the jaspers.
I got and I posted on the thing
What you
my
have.
two gems.
So, what other of these do you want?
The Spinel was 500, you said?
Yes.
She is pointing at that one in addition to the jaspers.
Okay, that seems fair to me. So I will delete these from my inventory. Bye, Jasper.
Mal, with your intelligence, you can tell that she still is asking for a bit more than it's worth, about 1 jasper's more than it's probably worth.
I'm not staring at that. I was gonna try and appraise the dragonfly emerald necklace that I,
Um,
because I don't
And
think
this
we
is with
ever
the
put a
understanding
value
that
to
you
it.
also cut it. Sorry, I was interrupting.
No, with cutting. So we're trying to definitely still get it
Oh,
with
yes.
being cut.
in that case,
Yeah.
then this is probably a fair value.
Mhm.
As far as the dragonfly goes, that probably would go for, as an art object, about 750 gold pieces.
Ooh. Okay.
It's quite the fancy.
I'll just smoke my pipe and enjoy it.
Some of the gnomes are like kind of coming closer to you and watching with excitement as you do this. You've attracted them to you, Mao. This is your fault. We have another one.
Be gone, thoughts.
So, Peckledrow, she nods, and she takes some of the gems from you, and says to Peggy, "Utsan Tigora," and she starts walking off.
Thank you.
She said half now, half later, and then she disappears inside of the burrow that she
That's
came
fair.
out from. Okay. So you guys are still chilling here for a while. It looks like she's gonna go cut some gemstones. Peggy says, "I wonder if they have. Well, I actually did see that they had some workshops down there. I might be able to work on those navigator's tools, like while we're staying here, however long we need to stay here."
I anticipate, depending on what Grubble wants, he's probably not going to want to stick around for too long.
Yeah, but I
Um,
mean, if it means getting the navigator's tools back and getting them nice and properly aligned and all that stuff.
Yeah, I'll go and let him know, and you can start working. Okay. But be
I'll
sure
see
to
if they can
check
let us
back.
use it. Yeah. All right.
Okay. I'm gonna go and say hey to Grubble, give him the update.
What's the news, bird?
Okay, well, we got the emerald for the navigator tools, and we have some more diamonds, so Amon can resurrect or repair stuff as needed. So we have everything that we need. Peggy is going to ask if she can use some of their workshop space in order to actually calibrate everything and just do it now so we have it.
Huh. Well, if we can just stay here. How long did she say?
She didn't say. She did say that she was going to check and ask and then come back later to let us know how it was going.
All right. I'm gonna hop up there with you guys and check this place out for myself.
Mhm.
He climbs up, scooting his little booties up onto the wet moss, and he just kind of starts looking around this place. Rizzo eventually comes up soon after. Yeah. Rizzo was underneath Zumasu.
Mhm.
Yeah. There you go.
Hey, Rizzo.
Wow, look at this place. There's like moss everywhere. It's very well kept. This is a nice little haven here. Not a
Mhm.
ton of different plants, but it's very, very nice looking. Yeah, it's a little slice of paradise here, huh?
Well, it's their little home, and you know what? It's good on them for taking good care of it.
Peggy eventually comes out of her burrow, and she says, "Oh, hey, Grovel," and heads over to him. So it sounds like they seem to be okay with me being here, since you guys aren't like going into the burrows. I guess they seem fine with that.
Mhm.
But I can probably stay here, and with maybe about 2 days of work, I could create the magical items that we need for the navigator's tools to work on underground, just like before. And with their tools, it'll be just as good, if not better, than the ones that we had.
Grubble, what do you say?
Well, been down here long, 2 days is not very. We'll stay here. We need to make sure that the cart's safe. I think it should fit up here, but I don't know if they'll let us bring it up here. No, I don't think they want anything up here. Then we'll just leave the cart just outside. We'll put it just at the little pond that's gathered just outside this little niche, and we'll set up camp for the rest of us folks.
Yeah, that makes sense. And Peggy, you still have that insurance policy I gave you, right?
An insurance policy? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I got that.
Okay. Just in case, I don't think you'll need it. I think these guys are cool. However, use it, run like hell, and get us if you need it, okay?
Sure. Yeah. I'll be sure to do that.
Okay. Well, I guess you got your 2 days.
All right. Well,
Kick ass.
I'll get working. And she heads down into the burrow and disappears. After a while, you guys reconvene with the rest of the party.
Yeah.
I'll put them in existence just for you guys. There they are.
So, out of curiosity, not to be like, I don't know, in case it was stated and I missed it, that thing in the center, is that just like a column going up of like stone or something?
Yeah, it wasn't really mentioned, but that's just
Okay.
a pillar of stone.
Okay.
Just the bare minimum of dynamic lighting placed upon it. Alright, so you guys reconvene with the rest of them at some point. Perhaps Mao is being tackled by Smurfs,
No.
interested in her
I
pipe.
was gonna try and teach him how to play cards.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
Do I have to like keep a low profile then?
Yeah,
Or
I
we're
think
not-
you're
You should.
You should
I mean,
keep
you
a
don't
short
have to, but
profile.
you should.
Yeah, but I figure if the cart's getting close to the air, I'm just staying by the cart then.
Yeah, you can do that. If you don't want to, like, incur their wrath or whatever.
No.
Their wrath. What are they gonna do?
They have our navigator.
What are they gonna do?
They have
If
one
they
of our
declare navigator, that
navigators.
If they have our navigator, that means we're stuck with them. They're stuck with us.
Yeah,
So,
which
you
is
know.
actually very counterproductive for them. So if they want to let us get rid of us, so yeah, that's a good point, actually.
So, guys, we're
Well,
gonna be
thank
here
you.
for a few days. Just hunker down.
I have some
protect the
wine.
cart. Apparently, we have some wine. Not sure why she's been holding out on us, but
I've been letting it go on a loose trickle
Yeah.
for when people needed it because I have a limited amount.
well, now's a good time as any to break it out. Appreciate it.
Okay.
Appreciate your hospitality. But I'll be the judge as to how good that wine is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Might recognize it. Who knows?
Chris, while this is going on, I assume it's gonna be a long rest, right?
Yes.
Yay!
Okay, because what I really want to do is, I want to cast a locate creature, because that beetle that escaped, I want to make sure that it's not too nearby.
Oh,
Okay.
That's good.
in case.
The one that came out of
well.
Zumasu's mouth when the curse was
Yeah.
healed. Right? Well, you can certainly do that. So, as you guys break out the wine and start passing it around with the other trekkers, Amon sets up his usual ritualistic sort of circle of candles. After a while, the smoke sort of forms into a eye of encabulos that wisps past your face, Amon, and you receive a vision. You locate the beetle in question. It doesn't seem to be native to this region, so there is no interference, but it is also not nearby, not within, I believe the range is 1,000 feet.
Yes.
It
Well, I
doesn't
can
seem...
maintain...
It doesn't
Okay.
seem to be within that range. So you seem to be
Alright,
safe from that beetle.
Hmm. Oh well. I feel uncomfortable, but nothing can be done about it.
Okay. So, Peggy isn't with you guys, as you guys are chilling here. Mao, you're trying to play, cards with these dudes? Alright. So, you pull out your deck of cards. They are looking at you with intrigue.
I got my pipe in hand, got a deck of cards, scowling at them. This is a good time.
You start spreading out the cards for some of your standard games, but they don't seem to be aware of what these games are.
I think I'm just gonna take out 3 cards and show them like a queen and put out like some cloth and just like, oh, can you find the queen? Gotta like shuffle them around. Oh no, it's gone. Sleight of hand. Where'd it go?
So now you're doing
Card tricks.
yeah, now you're
It
doing
feels
tricks
bad.
with cards instead
You
of playing
have
cards.
Uno. You
They're not
fucking
gonna know how to
dumb.
play Uno. I was gonna try and teach them how to play War at least, but I don't even know if they understand the value of these numbers.
No, it's just a joke. Was it the? There's a video about like, you have Uno.
All right. Well, in that case, I'm gonna have you. One of them seems to put down what you're picking up. They offer you a small gemstone just to test the waters. It's only worth about a gold piece. It's a small pearl from something.
I'm gonna. All right, okay. So I start scooting through all my stuff. If they actually want to like play this, might have to like up the ante for them. I pull out shells and I kind of hand it to them. Do they scoff at these seashells, or do they kind of go, ooh?
They start looking at it. One of them tries to bite it. Doesn't really get far. But they hand it back to you.
All right, maybe. All right. So I'll take the cards and I'll make them dance. See if they can find the Queen of Hearts amongst
Amongst the seashells?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's no longer cards, it's now seashells.
Well, no, it was supposed to be cards. The seashells was for me to like up the ante in case they win, then I can give them something.
Oh. I wasn't...
How do you not know what betting is?
Because I don't do it. Anywho. They seem to accept the seashells. And I'm gonna have you make a sleight of hand check. Opposed to their insight check.
Shit.
Righty. Hold on a second. I just want to see what their numbers is. Because it might actually be close.
Interesting.
Alright. It seems that they have pointed to a seashell. It is...
No, not seashells, it's cards.
To a card. Sorry. I have that vision in my mind. And
No.
so, they point to a card. And you raise it up, and there is nothing there. The gnomes look at each other, and they're like, what? Where did it go? Where did it go?
Do a little switcheroo again, and then reveal the queen. Huzzah! Magic. Do like magic fingers in front of me.
One of them puts their face in their palm and shakes their head. Oh no. Then another one offers up a small little carnelian gem to you. This one's worth probably about 10 gold pieces.
Oh.
They
I'm gonna
cross
own
their
their
arms in front of you
first
and
child soon.
they furrow their brow at you and kind of gesture towards the cards. Right. Got a
Wait a
game.
man, you got +8. Give me some miraculous number so that the cards just disappear. Jesus.
So, he points to one of the cards. You raise it up a little slowly at first, and then you kind of put your head down because it is the queen that you were trying to hide.
I give him back all of his gems. Damn it.
The gnomes start clapping and cheering. Another one takes a tiger's eye. This one probably worth about 25 gold pieces. He puts it down.
Fuck you, sleight of hand.
Alright, all of the gnomes are watching carefully now. And it seems as you are flicking the cards around, it seems that they may have seen where it went, but you kind of see that they're watching you very carefully. You do have the opportunity here, if you want, to try and cheat. Would you like to?
Nah.
Open the game.
I was gonna say, if anything, I was gonna ask you if I could get advantage by like puffing on my pipe to like mess up or obscure their view, just like a tiny bit.
Maybe next game.
Okay.
You see the opportunity where your deck is nearby, and they're watching very carefully to your other hand with the queen in it, but you decide not to. Better not anger them. And you start flipping the cards around, and they do spot it. All three of them were looking very carefully at you. Well, another one behind them was like picking their nose. But they did find the queen again. They cheer with each other, and then...
I give them 5 seashells.
Alright. You give
'Cause
them...
I have no fucking clue what to do with these things.
You give them the seashells, and they like pass them amongst each others. They seem to be begging for one more game.
Okay. Do some magical like
You gotta
shuffling.
lose.
Yeah, this is gonna be so bad.
They
Yeah.
put down each one of them puts down gemstones. There's now a booty of 4 gems, each one worth 25 gold.
I'll push out all of the seashells into like a little pile, so that way it's like that's the offer if they win.
They seem to be begging for a bit more this time, since they've all put in this much.
Bastards. Greedy
You
little
thought they were-
shits.
Do you need me to
That
spot
they're
you
a card
something?
minnow, but they're card sharks.
Uh-huh. No, I know, I'll be good. It's more of a it's supposed to be a house that always wins. Christopher.
Not
They
if the house
own
ain't
this
good at their
place.
job.
Yeah,
They
they live
do.
here. It's their house. You sucker.
I'll rummage through my things. So actually, I'll take the smoke pipe and I'll put the smoke pipe on top of the pile. Do they approve or do they kind of scoff?
Their eyes widen and they all look at each other and they nod enthusiastically.
All right, that's fair.
This
Definitely cheating on this one if I need it.
this seems to be more than enough for them. Let's play. Let's do it a bit differently this time. Let's do 3 sleight of hand checks. Best of 3.
Excuse.
Oh ho ho.
So you want me to just roll 3?
I'm gonna have you do them one at a time though. Right.
Roll 20's has been holding out for me for this very moment, so I don't lose my pipe.
So you start flipping it around. You can see that their eyes are starting to go back and forth. You see a bit of sweat gathering on their brow. I'm gonna have you make your second one now. Okay. One of them, while the other ones seem to have gotten a bit confused, one of them is still eyeing the queen. They have not taken their eyes off it. It was the one that won that other game before. I'm gonna need you to make one more to try and lose this guy. And finally, take your hands off of the cards. The gnome looks around a bit. They reach towards a card, but then they hesitate and kind of move towards another card. And they go,
I make weird faces at them.
And then another gnome's like shaking this guy's shoulder, like, "Come on, man, you got it!" And he starts sweating all over the place, and he grabs at one. He has his eyes closed, and he like opens one of them to see the card in his hand. Ah! And he throws it away. He lost.
Nice.
The gnomes are all like, "Ah, darn it!" But they are good sports about it and hand over their gems to you.
I will shake their hands, and I make a gesture of, like, with the cards, like, offering, this can happen again.
Right, you have 4 gemstones, each worth 25 gold pieces. They are of varying types, none of which are diamonds. There's like 2 rubies, There's a tiger's eye and an onyx.
Sweet.
Okay, so after a bit of gambling fun times, Amon has done his ritual. Zumasu, Boom Crash. So Zumasu, you have finally recovered some of your hit points, and you are kind of like now privy to the situation that's going on. That you guys are going to be here for a while, but you are good enough to get up and walk around, although things are quite dizzy for you.
I wasn't gonna. Well, what is it? We ended it with me scrubbing myself off, and then I had awkwardly asked Rizzo to try and help me write down the runes. So I want to see what runes I have on my body.
Okay, make an Arcana check.
Okay. I mean, I have them written down, but I don't know what they say.
Yeah.
Too bad we don't
Okay.
have a large paper. Like we could just rub them across the door like a rubbing.
You get
It's
some
okay.
I mean,
scales
I
in there
have
too.
paper.
I mean,
Ah.
I was gonna, whatever way, I was gonna just try and record them. I was asking for help earlier.
Oh, record them like write down just about what's going on, kind of thing, like a little diary.
Yeah, just like
Well,
copy
no,
them.
he has a bunch of stuff written on them, and it's hard to read without
Yeah.
a
So
mirror.
last game I had asked Rizzo to just do the. I wrote down whatever I could see, and she wrote down whatever I couldn't see, and I just have like it on. I'll just say a notebook, or I have something in my inventory that I can probably write it down on.
So the
But
runes they are not in any language that you can tell, but they definitely do seem to have some form of magic. But you don't recognize any of the runes. You're not sure what they could mean.
I'm gonna go look for. Well, Juliana probably wouldn't know very well. Well, maybe she can't see, but I don't know. Maybe there's a magic thing here. I'll go ask Juliana first, and then I'll go ask Boom Crash.
All right. You head over to Juliana, and she says, "Oh, hey, are you feeling better?"
Yeah, I'm feeling myself again. As you can tell, and I just kind of like I'm dressed, but I just kind of like pull my collar a little bit to show off one of the random scars, and just like I got these things now, and I'm trying to figure out what they are. I'm not sure if you actually can sense them or anything, or if your bat can
Let me-
tell where they are.
Let me try and see. And she calls Giblet over to her and cups her hands with Giblet's little form inside. And she holds it up near your neck where some of the runes are exposed. And she starts looking them over. These definitely seem magical. I'm going to have to perhaps make an Arcana check on my own to figure out what this is. Goodness, I got a 15.
Better than I did.
It is. She looks them over and says, they're kind of... you wrote them down here, right? And she
Yeah.
takes the paper from you. Giblet's over her shoulder as she's reading it. They go in circles a bit, trying to hide its true nature. It's very difficult to read, but I'm definitely seeing some sort of enchantment stuff here. So I'd definitely be careful if I were you.
Any idea what kind of magic or?
Well, she said
specifically?
enchantments.
Yeah, I don't know. Just fishing for info. Can it be dispelled, or what would it take to get rid of them?
Well, we already dispelled it from you. I mean, the curse is gone, but there's something else here. Not sure what it is. I've been trying to detect it since I started reading this stuff, but I don't sense any magic on you at all.
Okay. Thank you for your help, though.
Anytime. I hope that you feel better.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna go to Boom Crash now.
Hotch kind of like watches you leave and goes, "Bloody witches." Always trying to
I
with our
got
shit.
witch herpes.
He starts kissing all his holy symbols.
Ugh.
Oh my god.
You know, honestly, witch herpes is like a really accurate way of saying it, since it's usually like bodily fluids that are included in spells, depending on
And
the type of
it's for the
witchcraft.
most part harmless currently, but it could lead to other things. Anyway,
Oh yeah.
Boom
Hey,
Crash,
that's
go
what
help
you
me
get
with
for
my
living
witch herpes.
deliciously.
Yeah, what do you need? What's up?
So I do the thing, pop my collar, and show her just like my little scars. I got these all over my body now. I'm feeling like myself, and I don't seem to be going cray cray, as you can tell. But I want to know what these are. Juliana's already taken a look and said it's some sort of enchantment, probably, but she can't say there's any active magic. But I'm worried.
Huh. Okay. Well, let me take a look and see what I can do.
I pass her my notes. God damn it!
Fuck me running with the 2x4.
I gave her my notes. Does that count as giving her help?
Not really. The notes are just kind of a transcription of what's on your body and
Damn it.
enchantment with a question mark.
Does that count as an assist?
No.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to go for. God damn it.
You look over the runes, and it is way beyond your pay grade. You learn some wizard stuff, but this is college level. This is like pre-algebra.
Hey, I took AP classes.
Wait. I have to think of it for a second. Do runes count as a language?
These ones do
I
not.
just checked, and no, it's arcane glyphs. I can't read those with a spell. I'm sorry. I did just check though.
Well,
Maybe Juliana and I can chat a little bit more, and maybe we can bicker and study some stuff together. Can I take this piece of paper?
yeah. Or you want to copy it and put it in your notebook or something?
Yeah, sure. I'll copy it on a scrap.
Yay.
It takes a while for you to copy it, but you do eventually. With your powwow with Juliana, presumably during this long rest, you don't find out much together. You aren't really much of a help to her as she is to you. She helps you explain a bit, explains a bit to you about why she knows it's an enchantment, which does help you understand better how it works, but you don't get any further than she did.
Yeah. Maybe we can bug him on. Maybe he would know something, since he's the one who actually did it.
That's true.
Hey, Amon! I sort of slide up to him.
Mm-hmm.
So, Zuzu has a bunch of arcane stamps all over his body now, and they look like this. And would you be willing to do an Arcana check? I wasn't able to find out anything. Juliana, she suspects it's enchantment.
How dare you
And-
make me roll dice?
I got you diamonds, dude.
And diamonds are forever.
And diamonds are forever, bitch. Come on.
Unless they use to
married.
cure things.
Diamonds are a cleric's best friend.
God,
You have
fucking-
chosen poorly.
You
I
look
have
at the
chosen
runes,
very poorly.
and honestly, you're not sure how they're there. You just kind of let your god kind of do the work for you. So
You think it's a menu. Ugh.
yeah, you can't figure out much beyond any of them. Oh well. A long rest passes.
We tried.
Bjorn the Zorn has not returned for you guys. It seems that since the transaction is complete, he's probably gone off to find his amber stash that was buried deep below the bowels of the Underdark that you guys found for him. So eventually Peggy comes out after a night of, or day, who knows what time it is, several hours of hard work, and comes out to chill with you guys. She's like, man, really putting my nose to the grindstone this whole time. But I made some progress, and she takes out some of the tool bits, and Barty kind of looks them over. Yes, these are looking rather good. I must say, I am rather happy that you have taken to this tinkering thing. It's definitely going to help us out if you can finish these tools. We'll finally be able to get out of this place. Yeah, I really hope so. Anyway, I'll probably take a nap here with you guys. I really want to be in there. As nice as they are, I don't want to be alone in there with all of them. And sleeping.
Yeah, that makes sense.
She tucks herself into bed and falls asleep. The next day comes. You guys have all your spell slots. Zimosu's got all his health back, etc.
Hey.
I think the only one that has damage is Hotch. So, boop, all set.
Ooh.
Now, the next day comes, and some of the gnomes, have come out to see you guys once more.
You know what? I'm gonna disguise myself so I can wander around a little bit more.
Okay. How do you disguise yourself? And with what?
Well, I have disguise self.
As a
So
spell.
Yes. So I'm just going to disguise myself as you know what? I'll disguise myself. Well, if I disguise myself as a gnome, that doesn't work, right? Because it has to be the same size.
Yeah, the height doesn't change, I don't think. Not to a different size category.
Okay.
I'll
Then
try to change your gnome anyway and just say like I'm a very tall midget.
is there such a thing as a half gnome? I'll just claim I'm a half gnome.
You can certainly try.
All right, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna look like a human half gnome hybrid.
You turn into basically Weird Mario. And
I'm also
So
gonna
Mario?
just change. I'm also just gonna change my features so I don't really look like the same guy at all.
all right,
um,
yeah, I mean obviously you turn
So
into
Waluigi?
what looks like a gnome. No, I'm talking about the Mario from Super Mario Maker. If you like get a weird mushroom, you turn into like this weird lanky version of Mario.
Oh right.
So Maligi.
Sure. You kind of climb up here, and the gnomes are looking at you really strangely. Eventually,
There's a great world out there.
uh,
Worth discovering.
one of
How
them
do you
eventually
fellow
comes up
kids?
to you and kind of goes, "Why do you squinty gangly? A nas nuff nurbling?"
I'm gonna. Can I do a I just want to get out of there without offending him. Could I just do like what would this be? Could this be lying? I'll do a deception check to just like make hand gestures and some little grunts and stuff and leave.
All right.
So you're gonna speak quote unquote Italian.
Yes. Okay.
All right. I'll oppose this. I'll allow this. So, you see this small little gnome looking up at you and speaking in fluent gnomish, and you kind of look down to him and hold your hands into little pinches and go, "Prego, prego," and then walk away. He seems thoroughly unimpressed with your performance.
Okay.
He kind of like goes over to the other gnomes and starts like gossiping like mean girls, and they're like watching you walk over all over their mossy mounds.
I am just gonna do a weird little day where I just kind of walk around their boundary to just see what's around.
You're the worst tourist ever.
Yeah.
All right. So you guys hang out. Now you've seen a bit of this place, Zumasu. Peggy has gone back to work in the mounds, and at some point, the other gnomes start coming out and start kind of offering you guys stuff. And by offering, I mean they hold up stuff in front of you, and in hopes that you might want to trade with them.
Oh, okay,
I'm
cool.
alright with this. We are your gods.
Okay, do they have anything interesting?
So most of it is like adventuring supplies and whatnot. There's definitely like plenty of that to go around. So if you guys need anything, like if you need more rope or need like grappling hooks or anything like that, they might be willing to oblige. Some of them have food that seems to be some form of mushroom in various states of cookery. There's like steamed mushroom, boiled mushroom, fried mushroom, and
The one who's holding up the mushroom, I hold them up another mushroom. I have a poison mushroom, but they don't know that.
okay, you hold up another mushroom.
I just kind of gesture to the
It's
one
not
that's
a
holding up
mushroom
the other
waving
mushroom.
contest, man.
They're gonna make a nature check. They kind of look at the mushroom and sniff it, and their mustache kind of frizzles a bit, and they shake their head at you. No, they don't want that.
Oh, okay. I kind of like scratch my head and put it back away.
All right.
Okay, I didn't know what this was.
Eventually, you see that Peckledrow has actually returned to the surface world. Um, she is heading over to you guys, and she starts offering some weapons to you guys.
Ooh.
These are really fancy-looking
Oh.
weapons. They're like studded with gemstones that are kind of half raw, half cut, um, stylishly uncut. If you get my drift.
Hmm.
But are
Um,
they masterwork or anything?
So, from what you can tell, they seem to be magical weapons. She has a few available, one each of a magic warhammer, a magic warpick, and a magic lighthammer. From your judgings, each one seems to be about a +1 weapon.
I might be willing to partake.
All right. She can kind of sense that you're interested, and offers them to you. But then she seems to be asking what you have in mind to trade.
Okay, let's see. So, shit, I really don't have much. Okay, what about my scorpion staff? Like, I have a scorpion staff. It never got identified, so at this point, might as well.
That's from the druid lady, way back when.
Yeah, yeah.
All
I don't know
right.
if it's magical or not. Probably
So
not.
you hand it to her, and she's gonna make a little checky poo. Right. Um, she's kind of like holding it around in her hand, and she after a while she like takes the stinger and like kind of rips it off, and tosses the stick aside, and she starts inspecting that. Um,
Okay.
if it's magical, it doesn't seem to be the stick. Um, she looks it over, and she kind of weighs it in her hand a bit, and then shrugs, and she gestures that she might want a bit more than this.
Okay, and then I'm gonna twirl out a silver necklace with a jade.
Like a jade pendant. How
Yeah, it
much
never
is
got
that?
identified.
Oh, it never got identified. Did I tell you the price?
No. So.
Goddamn.
Yeah.
All right. I
Through
assume that's
bartering. There's no price.
if
Through bartering.
I'm going to make my own roll. I assume it's from the Shrine of Tomoe-chan. I'm gonna make
Yeah.
my own roll.
Actually, no, because my character was not alive.
You're
so
right.
It must have been from. It must have been from the. It must have been from like the weird fish people that we killed.
It might have been.
That makes sense.
Okay. So
Or first Underdark excursions.
she takes a look at this jade necklace, and she does find this to be a amicable deal. I'm gonna have you make an intelligence check to identify it, though, and identify
no.
like the worth of this trade.
Wait, just intelligence check, right?
Yep, just straight intelligence. Just the straight brain.
Yeah.
So you're looking it over. You're not really an expert on gemstones, but her weapons are studded with gemstones. So like, you're trading her one gemstone and a stick you didn't know what it did for a weapon. Seems like a pretty good trade.
Yeah, like I was. Yeah, that seems like a good trade for me.
So which
I think the
one?
weapon that I
Which one were you
Uh,
after,
go
by
with the
the way?
weapons again.
They're roughly the same price in value.
just it's one that I can use. I'm just trying to figure that out. Like the light hammer I can use. Was there anything else?
Warhammer and a war pick.
Yeah, light hammer is the only thing I can use, so I will take that.
All right, she hands you this light hammer. It is of the finest gnomish craftsmanship. It's got like these little veins of precious metals that seem to blend from silver into gold, and it's studded with little red gemstones.
Nice.
Pretty. Okay.
Kind of gaudy for my taste, but I need weapons.
But it's magic, so it gets the job done.
Mhm.
I see him doing this, and I pull out a 500 GP spinel and motion to the war pick, or the warhammer.
Peckledrow kind of like looks you up and down and arcs an eyebrow at your strange appearance.
I'm gonna do since I'm Luigi, I'm gonna try and I'll do a little dance to try and get her attention.
You,
WarioWare.
you start
Yeah.
doing
Wow.
a weird, awkward dance with your big, lanky, gnomish legs. I am gonna have.
I'm making a performance check.
All right.
I twirl it in my hands, like roll it against my arms, and then like kind of hang it out to her, like, oh, look at this.
So, she kind of like walks over to you and looks you up and down, and she shakes her head and then like pokes you with her finger, and your disguised self is dispelled.
Oh, come on, really? Doesn't it take more than that?
It doesn't seem to. She cast Dispel Magic upon you.
Oh, okay, that works.
Her
It's weird,
gnomish
it's almost
cunning
like-
was able to see through this illusion.
And the fact that
Right.
we've
cunning.
probably been the first group that's been here for who knows how long.
Fair enough.
She seemed to
Okay.
also maybe get intrigued by the fact that there's a half gnome and those don't exist.
Fair enough.
Says who?
It says me. It's my world. You just live in it and roll dice.
Fair.
Alright. So, she kind of unveils your disguise. Some of the gnomes, who recognize you, start heading away from you. Not all of them, though. Not all of them saw you, initially. Peckledrow was not among them. She looks you up and down, and I'm gonna have you make a persuasion check.
Can I have advantage if I pull out another gemstone?
No.
Okay.
Alright, so you do pull out another gemstone, and you kind of like plead with her that you want to trade. She can see the other gnomes running in fear, but she shrugs. She seems to have deemed you a non-threat, and heads up to you. She holds up the warhammer, was it, that you were intrigued
Yep.
with?
The warhammer.
She holds up this warhammer that seems to be decorated to look like a jungle tree from this Underdark area. And it's got like a sort of leafy bough for a hammer head. And within it are inset little emeralds that carry the magic through the weapon. So, what are you willing to trade?
I have a black gemstone worth 100 GP, and I have the 500 GP spinel.
Say the first one again?
100 GP black gemstone, which was the second thing I produced,
Okay.
and 500 GP spinel.
Okay. She looks at this, and she gestures for a bit more.
Not enough cash, stranger.
I just pull out the Advantium longsword.
Her eyes open wide. She sort of just shoves the other gems aside and grasps for the longsword. She is willing to do this for just the longsword.
Okay, good, because that's worth a bit more. Alright, I shrug and I give it to her, and I take the warhammer then.
Alright, you now have a +1 leafy bough warhammer, and she has an adamantium longsword.
That's not plus anything, but it's mad pretty. And
And can
that's
cut
what's
through
important.
anything, yes. So, she takes this back to her hole before you change your mind. And
it had no bonuses.
it technically didn't. So, does anybody
How
else?
do I add a warhammer to the thingy?
Oh dear. I'll do that later. I'll just write a note to myself. +1 Warhammer for Zoo. But until then, you can probably try and just copy one of your existing attack macros.
Well, the longsword technically is the same thing, except it would be +1 and it would be a different type of damage.
Yeah, so you can just roll that in the meantime if you need to.
Okay.
Just add a damage. Like it won't
Yeah.
be, it's not.
Okay. So, does anybody else need anything in terms of gear and whatnot?
Does anybody have any like magical armor stuff?
They do seem to have armor, but it doesn't seem to be sized appropriately for you guys. The weapons you
also
can
I
manage
scurry-
with, but the
I
armor not
scurry
so
off
much.
if my disguise is gone, so everybody can do their shtick.
Okay. You scramble
Yeah.
back to the caverns.
Okay, if they don't have any like rings or braces of protection, then I'm pretty much not.
Oh, can I
Gotta
just
fuck
move
with
her
it.
to Bone Crash? I give her my 500 G Spazel and ask her to get a diamond if she can for that value. I can also cast Revivify.
Okay.
Got
Okay.
we got a lot of them before.
Diamonds?
I mean,
Anybody?
So, there are some that you can communicate with eventually, and they do seem to be gem finders. So they come out with a little box that they open up, and it's got a bunch of gemstones within it. You eventually, I'm gonna have you make an intelligence check to pick out
Okey-dokey.
enough gemstones for 300 GPs.
And these are diamonds, correct?
There are diamonds in there.
Okay.
Sorry, I was trying to see if I could figure this out.
All right.
Wait.
So you find some gemstones, and they seem to be willing to try and make a trade. What do you have to offer?
I have the 500 gold piece spinel
All right.
that Zuzu just handed me.
So they look at this and look at the spinel, and they nod in agreement. They seem to
Okay.
be willing to do this trade.
Okie doke. I give Zuzu whatever I got then.
Okay, Zuzu,
Okay.
you have 250 GPs worth of diamonds.
What? Oh. Okay.
Not that
So-
bad.
Sorry,
close.
they're making out with a bandit with me.
You guys are a gold mine for them. Well, gem mine.
Yeah, whatever.
Alrighty.
I need
little
500 to be
trade,
able to
good.
cast.
You need
Uh,
100 more.
Wait, I have to read the
I
spell
guess-
again.
You need 300 gold points to cast Revivify. If you're 250, I could just give you 100 because I've right now I have 1,000 gold points.
Oh. In diamonds, though?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, I'll take 50. Just have it as a backup Revivify.
Okay, you take 50. That way, yeah, that'll work.
you cash
Cool.
that out and hand it to them. These should be
Ching.
relatively good offerings to your respective deities.
Yeah.
Oh god, I'm donating to his church. Abort.
Technically, yes. All right. So, the day goes on in much the same way as you guys are chilling and hanging out with the gnomes, doing their own
Drinking
things,
wine.
drinking
doing
wine.
nothing.
Eventually,
I'm donating 4 bottles to the cause.
I join.
they are very excited for this. The bottles are passed around in great amount. This is a really nice, welcoming respite from the rest of the Jungle Boar and the rest of the Underdark in general. You recall your times in acid rivers and giant tunnels filled with purple worms and the endless oceans of the Crystal Mere, and regale each other with your tales of stories
I
that they
miss
might not have
sunlight.
heard. You haven't
Okay.
seen sunlight for a while, except when Amon flashed the orc den.
I don't think that counts.
No, that's like a UV light bulb. So, out of curiosity, how's Grubble
Hey,
feeling?
you take your vitamin A and you enjoy it.
It's vitamin D.
I'll give you the D. Yeah.
Ugh!
Ooh.
I
Anyway,
can't
so-
be there for that because
No.
nope.
So, how's Grovel doing? Out of curiosity, because we've been taking a little bit longer while we're waiting. Has he been more antsy at all, or is he just enjoying in the merriment? And
Make an insight check.
okay. Fuck. Let me actually click on my character.
Yes.
Aha. Oh.
Ooh.
Okay.
You are eyeing Grubble, and
Oh no, I'm probably at this point. I'm offering him wine. Like I'm bringing it over to him just to be like all buddy buddy and weird.
oh, thanks, Mal. You're not usually this chatty.
No, it's the wine. Don't worry about it. Leave it alone.
Oh, don't worry. We're all used to it. We're all friends here. And he refills his little leather cup from your offer. He seems to be enjoying himself. He's taking some much-needed R&R. If anything, he's a little less on his guard than he normally is in this area. But he is kind of just like watching his crew and watching them like share all these stories and whatnot and just relishing in it.
Oh my god, he's having nostalgia moments.
Kind of. It's like a
Yeah.
dad watching their kid go off
Yeah.
to college or something. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. The final moments of his adventures, he's just soaking it all in. Good to know.
Okay. The day goes on. And you guys are just having a good time. I'm gonna have you guys make Constitution
I did it.
checks. Oh, you did it. Warhammer plus a jungle tree.
Meh.
Then I will.
Constitution.
Yeah, just for the. Actually, no. You're immune.
Yeah,
to
I would say
this.
not for him.
Because it's the drank.
Stupid
Oh.
snake.
Oh, okay, that's what's going
I
on.
probably
I was like,
will
is there a threat?
No, it's just for this.
No, it's just the threat that you invited to the party.
So,
Okay.
Boom Crash is a bit tipsy, but otherwise you're pacing pretty well. Mao is fine. She wants to keep her wits about her to keep an eye on Grovel,
Mhm.
it seems.
Mm-hmm.
At
Trust issues.
at one point during the day,
So then I'm just snuggling up with Juliana and like smiling and feeling happy. Or
Aw.
sitting next to her and trying to get some snuggles in. That's all.
Aw.
casually, slightly, just kind of shifting over to her until your feathers like brush her a bit. It's okay, fine. We'll roll for this too.
No, we don't have to. It can just be cute. I don't have to fail.
I don't have to fail. It would just be an untyped charisma check
Okay.
I
to
don't want to
a
fail.
flirt check.
Oh, yep. Natural one.
I don't want to fail. You brush up against her with your feathers, and she yelps.
I
Oh,
assist
sorry.
by wiping up her drool on her beak. She looks cuter now. She's at a 10.
She was not paying attention at all. She had no clue you were beside her because she
Oh.
is blind. And Giblet is
Right.
not nearby right now.
I'm so sorry.
She has a mini panic attack as you try and calm her down. Eventually, she does calm down, but you kind of like walk away embarrassed with your like arm over
no, I
your
just
back of
keep
your
to
head.
my own space. I still sit next to each other.
Okay. Well, you keep your own space, but you scared her a bit, and it kind of scared you off a bit.
I feel like shit now because I scared the
Ugh.
literal blind lady. God damn it.
Sneak up to her, do a little.
This is all your fault, by the way.
I know it is because I offered a roll.
Yep.
It could have just been RP and it would have been fine.
Could have been fine, but it wasn't. Die rolls make things fun. So, the day goes further on still. it's getting towards the end of your like shift, as it were. You're hoping Peggy comes out soon. But there is soon a strange sound that permeates the cavern,
Uh-oh.
and you guys
Okay,
don't
no.
really know what it was, and you kind of look at each other like, did we just hear something? And then you hear a rumble. You can see like the pebbles on the ground twitching near the cart. Yeah, something's happening. And you guys start reaching for your weapons. Suddenly, you hear a crash. And you guys look up to where the mossy niche was, and you see a cloud of dust bursting out from it. What do you guys do?
It's
I-
the worm.
You guys are down near the cart right now at this
Okay.
moment. You guys hear
Yes.
yells coming from within.
I guess I rush over to. I'm gonna head in the direction where Peggy's knoll was.
All right.
Because
Yeah.
it's in the same area, right?
You guys
Well, yeah, let's
scramble
go-
up
let's
the
go up.
side of this niche and climb up to about where you are right now. Some people stay behind. Everybody's going up. And you guys come upon a scene of chaos. Let's do this. Do.
Would definitely not be welcome back.
Oh, it's fine.
Sure.
It's fine.
Sure.
We just
Hold on.
gotta save them, and they saved their we saved their lives. We're eternally grateful.
Eternally grateful, yeah.
Strangers from the outside.
Literally the moment you said that, I was like, the claw.
Okay, sorry, I'm figuring out how to use the new thing in
Mhm.
Discord.
Yeah.
I hope that worked. Okay. Anywho, you guys descend upon, or ascend upon, a scene of chaos, as you find that there has been a collapse of one of the burrows. And meanwhile, there are several large silhouettes coalescing out of the dust. You also see that more tunnels have burst out from the walls. And there are several creatures now here. Big, hulking insectoid creatures, brown in color, with gigantic mandibles, gnashing their claws. You see deep gnomes all running out of their tunnels from the wreckage, and several are like climbing out of their dens, trying to get out. You also see that Peggy is actually within this burrow that has been infiltrated. Okay, so I think
Goddamn Hulks.
we might need to roll for initiative.
Mm-hmm. Are we in the right
Is this
page?
the battle screen or?
Hey Chris, you might want to bump up the volume on the battle music. if
I
you want.
did. I just did that.
Well, I guess I'm going last.
Oh shit! I clicked.
Okay.
Wow.
Find
Very
the
average.
initiative. So I have something else to confess to you guys.
Excuse me? Excuse me, what?
I thought it was getting a little droll having everybody in the initiative, so you guys can each control one of the trekkers.
Oh,
Mm.
Oh, neat.
oh, who gets who?
So,
As Juliana.
Mao has Juliana.
I get hot.
No, Amon has Hotch.
Ah, damn it.
Ostrich belongs to Boom Crash, and Zumasu gets Peggy.
Ha!
I'm
Ha,
the
ha,
only
ha.
one that likes Hodge. That's the reason why I was clicking Hodge.
To be fair, I'm the one who've been leveling him up.
I made jokes to Chris earlier when he told me, and I was like, but what if I kill her? Like, oh, I want to kill them all. I just let them die. Ah ha ha. And he's just like, no. I'm like, okay.
I was the one who was trying to pump up Hodge. I got him to realize his inner berserker.
Yes, you are a good mentor. He is very proud of himself now.
Okay.
I don't know how I'm gonna say Peggy. Shit.
So, let's get into combat, shall we? So, first up, we have Ostrich, who is under Boomcrash's command.
Oh dear. Okay, so Ostrich, they're gonna take a step forward and
Okay, good,
whip
it's
with
working.
bow.
Yeah, and you can see the
It's
macros.
working.
We'll see if it actually does it.
It's
Oh my god, it worked! So, which one are you targeting?
This guy.
Okay. Ostrich steps forward, pulls out their bow. And I actually don't know their AC. Hold on a second. That does not hit. The arrow pings off of their carapace and snaps. The creature
Do they get
looks towards
multi-attack?
Ostrich. Ostrich does have 2 attacks. If you hit the multi-attack button, it'll tell you that. Also, I do need to measure something really quick. Yeah. Okay. Ostrich does get this first attack, but I will need Ostrich to make a saving throw in this time. It is a charisma save.
Oh no.
All checks. Saving. Charisma. They're near Masu. Does
Yes,
Is
that
there a-
applies. So
Cool.
that is a, what, total 15?
if it's +4, then yes.
Okay. So, Ostrich goes to fire an arrow at this creature, and it pings off. The creature turns towards Ostrich, and then Ostrich holds their head. They start to get very dizzy and confused at the thing's gaze.
Oh shit.
But he shakes some mud off and recollects themselves. They are fine. They have resisted it. So they can make their second attack if they wish.
Okay.
Kill it.
Unfortunately,
Nope.
not another hit.
Oof.
Okay, if Ostrich is done, then we can go to the next one. It is Grovel's turn, who I am still controlling. So Grovel
Ooh.
is going to, unfortunately, start their turn, which means they need to make a saving throw. Okay, Grovel is within distance of Zumasu, so Grovel is able to shake off this confusion as well. Grovel takes out their Morningstar and Mace of Spores and rushes in. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Perfect. Ostrich rushes towards the creature. Ah! Protect the motherland! I don't know.
Probably mean
Who did I say? Ostrich?
Ostrich.
Grovel rushes forward.
Whoops.
Okay. Unfortunately, the Morningstar doesn't hit, but this does open a hit for the Mace of Spores on the thing's jaw. It crackles, and then a cloud of the spores ejects from the mace. The creature tries to make a saving throw, and it fails, so it takes the poison damage as well.
I don't like these things.
It's not
Nice.
immune. Can I... Okay, the bubbles weren't showing up for me to change it. Alright. It takes some damage, but it seems relatively unharmed. Okay, it is Hotch's turn. Who has Hotch?
Save.
That is Amon.
Yeah. Save, I assume.
Actually, no. I'm gonna say Hotch is fine.
Okay. Then I think Hotch is gonna go into rage.
Ah!
Proud of you.
Hotch enters a furious rage and rushes towards this one. The thing has just popped out of its tunnel and only just now turns to look at Hotch. Next turn, Hotch might be in trouble, but before, it wasn't locking eyes with it. So Hotch swings their battle axe, but it isn't making as much headway. This stuff's a lot tougher than the wood he's used to. But you can make 2 attacks. And that
That'll
will
do it.
hit, dealing a total of 10 damage. Finally making a tiny chunk, but it seems to have just made it angry. It screeches. If Hotch is done, it's Amon's turn.
Hey, I'm back to back. All right.
That's
I
easy.
think I'm gonna cast. Yep. I think I'm gonna cast the was it the Shield of Faith on Hotch because he's probably
Because I care about him now.
Oh, I was the only one that ever cared about him ever.
True.
Yeah.
Very true.
Okay, and since I casted that, and Mao's going next.
Mhm.
I don't know which direction you're gonna attack toward, but I'm gonna hope that you.
You cut out
Just
there.
ping it,
Hello?
you cut out.
Oh, path to the grave.
On which one? That one? Okay.
I see it.
Okay. Hotch looks back to you as the shield of Incabulo starts spiraling around him. Thank you, mate!
I just nod.
Hotch rages. Okay, and then the creature gets a weird shroudy black aura around it that you guys recognize as "Please attack me" really hard. Mao, it is your turn next.
I'm gonna run up and try and
Make this weird,
assassinate.
Chris.
I'm gonna yell, "Get out of the way, gorilla!" And attack the bug.
Right. That is not going to hit.
No. It looked really fancy though.
It looked really fancy, though. You tumble out from behind Hotch with your, I assume scimitar since you're in melee,
Mhm.
and you go to swipe at it, but its armor is much harder than you expected it to be. Your attack does not land.
Bonus action hide.
You use a bonus action to hide. There is moss around, but you will have to, like, go behind this, like, the center of each mound is, like, the top of it. You'd have to, like, roll behind it.
That's fair. I have enough movement to do that.
Alrighty, cool. You tumble away, which your bonus action is to hide, but it isn't to disengage.
No.
So it is going to swipe at you with its claw. And it gets a 27 and deals 7 slashing damage to you.
Ow.
It swipes at you, and it takes the breath out of you, but you manage to tumble away. It is Barty's turn. Who needs to move? Who wants to move? Anybody?
Move Peggy!
Peggy!
Move Peggy out of the hole!
Peggy, get out of there! As quick as you can! Barty yells. Actually, I think Barty needs to get closer to use this ability, so Barty's gonna head over here. Oh, actually, we need to do something else first. Barty yells that, realizes that she might not hear him, and as he goes to move, he suddenly is entranced. Oh dear.
What?
Oh no.
Barty starts to run towards Peggy, but then stops. He starts blinking in a really weird way. And we're going to need to roll a d8. Okay, Barty, instead of trying to help Peggy get out of there, he does nothing. He just sort of blinks, and he plops his butt down on the ground and starts staring around the room like he's seeing something that you guys can't. He is thoroughly confused.
Even with the +4 from me?
Yep, the +4 does not do it.
Yep.
Alright, it is this bro's turn. This bro, what did you get for your stealth? Yeah, he can't see you. So he does come out, and is going to hop up onto this mound, and then engage Hotch with their mandibles. Okay, 2 claw attacks and 1 mandible attack. Let's do the claws first.
I bet Hotch's AC is not that good, even with the bonus.
Oh no. Hotch's AC with the bonus is 15. So both of those are
Okay.
hits. That's 24 slashing damage, which is halved because he's raging. So that's 12 slashing damage. I'll let you keep track of that. Finally, a mandibles attack. Ooh, and that's another 15 slashing damage, which is halved to 8.
Yeesh.
Yeah, these things hit hard. It swipes at Hotch several times, and then grabs Hotch in his mandibles before dropping him. Okay, next thing. This thing is right in front of Grubble. It is going to grab a hold of Grubble, I think. So let's do just an attack roll for the roll. Then just an attack roll for this roll. Okay, this creature has grabbed Grubble and picks them up in their claws, and then it's going to make a mandibles attack against them. Dang it. Grovel, get to the front layer. Thank you. So I can see what your AC is. Okay, that beats Grovel's AC. Grovel gets hit for 11, and then it's going to claw at him for another 13. Ugh! Ugh! Somebody help! It's got me! And then it is going to start burrowing into the ground. It leaps forward, and then starts digging straight down. It does leave a hole behind it. Let me... can someone draw that, actually? Right there for me?
What?
Someone draw
Where?
a tunnel? Just a circle or something. Is it not showing the ping?
I didn't see the ping.
Oh, it's because I'm on the wrong layer.
Makes sense.
There. Aha. That ping. Perfect. Okay. So, next, Boom Crash, it is your turn.
Okie dokie. Eldritch Blast to this thing.
Right.
It
That
is vulnerable.
That is going to be a hit. It's going to take 26 force damage from the double and get blasted away 10 feet. Mao, I'm going to have you make a dexterity saving throw. The creature tumbles down the mound towards you, but you are able to deftly dodge out of the way before it crushes you. It lands with its back cracking into the wall. The wall cracks more than it, though. It gets up, ready for more. Boom Crash, second.
Can I still see it?
Yeah, I'm going to say it has cover, though, from these mounds that are in the way.
Okay, so can I move up and then do the second blast?
That'll do it.
Okie dokie.
Ooh, actually, I'm not sure if you can do that. Because I don't think you can split up your Eldritch Blasts.
I'm pretty sure you can.
Can't.
You can?
Well, you can't.
Yeah.
You can't do it as a single action. You can't interrupt an action.
I'm
It's
saying,
only
like,
plus 2 AC.
yeah, I'm just saying that normally you can split up your attacks when you take the attack action, but Eldritch Blast is a spell, like a cantrip.
Okay.
But
So
I'm
they kind of
pretty
all
sure-
come out at once.
I think Eldritch Blast was weirdly specific in that it could have more than one target and
You
stuff.
can have more than one target, but it all happens at once. It's a spell.
It's like a multi-barrel shotgun type thing. You pull one trigger.
Like when you cast Scorching Ray, you don't shoot one Scorching Ray, walk 10 feet, then shoot another Scorching Ray, and then walk 30 feet, and then shoot another Scorching Ray. You shoot
Can
them
I
all
just
at
say
once.
that I preemptively hopped up and then started blasting?
I'm gonna say it'll have half cover.
Okay.
Only plus 2 AC. It'll be fine.
It is not fine. That does not hit.
Okay.
All right,
YOLO.
but you can hop up there now that you have rolled it off the hill. You could get a better view of it this time.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry about that.
Okay.
Okay.
Levy. It's fine.
Anything else for you, Boom Crash?
I'm gonna go to the top of the mound and then hunker.
All right. It is this thing's turn. This thing is going to start attacking this nearby gnome. And it brings it to 4 hit points. And
That's it.
that's kind of the sound it makes. It swipes at the thing again, but this time he ducks and dodges out of the way, screaming in gnomish for aid. But then a final claw attack comes down, and that, I believe... Ooh, that doesn't do it in. So this claw attack goes down, threatening to smush the thing, but it seems to have survived the attack. It holds up its little war pick and, like, brandishes at it, but it is trying to still get away. This gnome is now going to disengage off into this hole, like the pro that they are.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, the creature is going to leap up onto here and start surveying the scene, looking for more things to eat and kill. Tis
Does it see
Rizzo's
the
turn.
juicy chicken bird?
It probably does. It's looking around, man. So it is Rizzo's turn. Rizzo does have some things that they can do. No one is controlling Rizzo. It is me. Rizzo is actually fine because I realized that other thing tunneled away. But Rizzo is going to head over towards the tunnel, and she looks down it and she says, "Guys, I can't see him. It's traveled pretty far." And that is it. She's just going to ready her action in case something comes near her. It is Juliana's turn. Mao, you are in control of her.
Mm-hmm.
She does have a lot of spells. Her main thing is Ray of Frost.
Well, the question is, does she know where they went?
Does Juliana know where the
bugs
went?
Yeah.
The one bug that fled, she knows that it went into a tunnel.
Okay. I'm just. How does Giblet work? Like, how does she
Juliana
see through
can
it?
effectively see.
Okay.
As long as Giblet lives.
Okay.
Can Giblet help her with aiding?
Yes.
Yeah. So then Giblet will fly over to I don't know if I control over him. I don't think I do.
You don't.
Nope. We got one half of this duo, and then.
Wait, are we
We'll
supposed to already have
use-
control? Because I can't do anything with Peggy.
Oh. I mean, I can move Juliana.
That's unusual. Should be able to.
Okay, I'm clicking here, but nothing's happening.
Let me. Oh, it's in your journal, not controlled by. That should be good. I think.
Okay, yeah, I got her stuff here too.
Cool. Sounds good.
Okay.
Sorry about
She's
that.
gonna cast Grease on this one.
Okay, she casts grease in a 10-foot area beneath that one. The moss becomes covered in a slick, oily goo, and the creature is going to have to make a dex save.
Not gonna lie, slick moss is very dangerous. I know from experience.
Shit.
Alright.
Say.
So, it got a natural 20 on its check. It gets up from its previous blow, and it starts slipping on the moss, but then it just kind of goes onto all fours with two of its back legs against the wall, and it doesn't really know how this has happened, but I am going to say it probably has a pretty good view of Mao at this point.
Hey!
I know you weren't the one that did it, but...
I know, Juliana's like, I tried, sorry!
Okay, so if Juliana's done, it is Peggy's turn.
Okay. Peggy probably want to get out of there. How tall are the walls that she's up next to?
They're not terribly tall, but for a gnome they are. So I'm gonna say that it will require a check to climb out of this hole. It's also collapsed in on itself, so there's a bunch of dirt crumbling down. But
She has items though, right? Could she use a crowbar or her scimitar to help her, walking stick style, out of there?
I'm gonna say she does have a grappling hook somewhere on her person. She can
Okay.
take that out and toss it up.
Okay, so she's gonna spend her action probably trying to get out of the hole. 'Cause
Okay.
She doesn't want to be trapped in there with those things.
I'm gonna have her.
And she'll probably yell out to the other gnome to follow her. If
Yeah.
She isn't a dick that much.
So she yells out to Peckledrow, who was down there with her, to follow her. Peckledrow is covered in dirt and rubble, and she is holding her head, and she climbs out. Peggy shouts out in Gnomish for her to climb out with her, and Peggy doesn't need to make a check for the grappling hook. She can just toss it up there. It's pretty easy to get hooked onto the moss, and Peggy can use most of her movement to get out, and that's about her turn. But Peckledrow, she climbs out and looks up to Peggy, and then she shouts up in Gnomish. You guys don't hear what she's saying, but then she starts rushing off towards this creature, and she's going to try and disengage and try and get around it. but it's going to require some acrobatics on her part. So...
Peggy will probably shout to the party next turn, whatever she was just told.
Okay, so she tries to duck around the thing, but the creature gets a swipe at her. And she takes 8 slashing damage, and is knocked to the ground. Okay, Peggy is, unfortunately, that is, yeah, that's pretty much your turn. Peggy shouts out to you guys, Peckledrow's in trouble! She's going back in there for some reason! And it is this thing's turn.
Christ.
If you guys want to try and distract her in this instant, you can. Oh, also, I just realized that, Peggy, you're gonna need to make a saving throw, charisma save.
Shoot.
Did forget about that.
I make a very loud intimidation to the thing. That's pretty much all I can
Peggy's
do.
fine.
Okay, Peggy's good. We don't have to backtrack. So, Boom Crash, I'm gonna have you make an intimidation check. Stand up atop your mound and start shrieking. You start mimicking some other creatures that you've heard in the Underdark. Maybe the purple worm, and you just kind of like do a kind of Godzilla.
Followed by a dragon's roar. Followed by a dragon's roar.
And a pig squealing, because you need that in there somewhere. The creature was going after Peckledrow, but then it turns towards you. It then wastes some of its movement, but then it starts storming up the side and climbs out. It is going to...
What about that poor gnome?
Yeah, it storms over the gnome.
Oh god.
The gnome falls into the burrow, hopefully unharmed. And, yep, it has enough speed to reach you. It's just checking. Okay. It is going to make some attacks against the Boom Crash.
Okay.
Well, do two 20s hit you? Okay, that's 9 slashing damage. Another claw swipes at you as it scrambles up the mound. Another 7 slashing damage.
16?
As you try and get away from it, its mandibles lash out towards you. 14 does not hit, though.
That does not hit, no.
It snaps over nothing. You duck beneath it just in time. Its slobbering, minor mandibles are, like, looming over you. Zumasu, with the Stunning 2 initiative. It's your turn.
Yep. My best roll. 1 second, I'm just checking something real quick.
Ostrich is after you.
Okay. So, magic weapon.
As a bonus action, you infuse your weapon with magic power. This is, of course,
Extra
your
plus-
non-magical weapon, correct?
Actually, I was going to ask about that. It doesn't stack, or does it stack?
It does not stack. You can only
Damn it.
use magic weapon on a non-magic weapon.
Then I won't use magic weapon on the new Warhammer.
Well, you still have a bonus action then.
Yeah, okay, I'll just do something else. I'm gonna run, up.
I will need you to make a saving throw at the start of your turn, before I forget.
Okay. Oh no.
I think at this point everybody is going to be affected by this, so if I don't remember, just make a charisma
What kind
save.
of throw was it again?
Charisma.
It's a save. Okay. I'm happy I have a lot of charisma bonus to this.
Okay. That is fine. You have succeeded.
I am so glad I have those extra bonuses because I rolled a 5.
Okay, you feel a wave of confusion go over you as you lock eyes with your prey, but you shake it off as you rush towards it over the mound and down over, skidding down the moss to its flank.
Okay, I'm gonna cast as a bonus action then Blinding Smite.
Alright, you infuse your weapon with smiting magic.
Okay. I can roll this. I figure out how.
Aha! That does not hit.
I figured as much.
You
Alright,
swipe
second
with the
attack.
warhammer, but you make a second attack as this one just collides with nothing but moss. And unfortunately, it was stuck there. You're still not used to the whole warhammer thing as you rip it out of the ground and a chunk of dirt flies and hits you in the face. It's a little embarrassing, but you'll get the hang of it next round, I'm sure.
Well, I should hold the concentration, hopefully.
You do. You will try. The Blinding Smite magic is still imbuing your weapon. Ostrich, it is your turn, which is under Julia's control.
Yep. I'm gonna. Ostrich is probably very concerned about their boss, so they are going to run up to the hole and peer over.
Grovel, are you down there? And it leaves a bit of an echo. You hear a muffled yell from within. It seems to have turned away towards this direction. So
They can't shoot.
They can't shoot. They do not have eyesight to the creature, but it left a tunnel behind.
Okay.
All the visual effects just updated on my screen.
Can they jump in after?
They can
Or-
certainly do that.
Okay.
So Ostrich jumps down into the hole. There's a bit of a curve, so they are able to skid down safely. They're about 15 feet down, and a mere 5 feet away in this direction is the creature. It has Grovel, who is struggling against it as it tries to burrow forward. Ostrich can hit it.
Okay. Which is a better attack, a bow or the sword?
I believe they're the same damage value and the same attack value for Ostrich.
Oh, okay. So I'll just shoot. Fuck it.
That's gonna hit.
Yay!
Take this, you brute!
And another.
A natural 20.
Hey!
So roll another d6 and add it to the attack.
Okay.
I'm gonna bring these guys back so that they can be on the board. I'll put them over here. Okay, so that is a total of 16 damage. The creature takes 2 arrow shots to the back before it turns around, snarling at Ostrich. Okay.
Is that going to be a save?
Unfortunately, well, not unfortunately. Fortunately, that's just at the start of their turn.
Okay.
Okay. In this round, you guys hear another crash, and you can see that another creature has just emerged to the north of this tunnel. It is met with several screams from the gnomes who were nearby and are going back into their holes. It seems to be going and digging to try and get into this burrow to the northeast. Looks like it's looking for drow snacks, or not. I keep saying drow because of peckle drow. For gnome snacks. Okay.
Smurf snacks.
It is done. It is Grovel's turn. Grovel is going to try and break free. That's going to be an athletics. Yeah. Oh, that's a strength. This is an athletics, which is better. Good. The creature is going to try its own, which is just as good, which means that there is no change to the circumstances, unfortunately. Okay, so, Grovel, that was one of their attacks wasted. They're going to use their Morning Star to attack. Ostrich is very close by, so this is going to get the pack tactics. Oh, it doesn't matter. It hit anyway. Let go of me, you asshole! He hits it in the face, and it lets out a little as the Morning Star collides with it. But unfortunately, that's all Grovel can do right now. Actually, Grovel does have this other thing. I don't remember what it does. Okay, cool. Okay. Grovel's done. Hotch, 'tis you. Hotch, make a charisma save. Okay, Hotch is
I'll mix it
within...
with Zumasu.
Yep, I was just gonna say Zumasu's nearby, so Hotch is fine.
Question: do these creatures at 10 feet reach? Am I engaged by the
Nope.
The
They seem to just have a 5-foot reach.
Okay, cool. In that case, Hotch is gonna continue doing what he was doing before. Yeah.
Hotch rushes in.
Nope.
That is not going to hit, unfortunately.
And no.
Yep. That is another miss. So we will go to Amon. Which
I'm gonna make my
you will
saving
need to
throw.
make a saving throw. I will say that is a success.
Yeah. Okay. So since that's gonna be a problem, okay, think I am just gonna cast. Actually, I'm gonna cast guiding.
Guiding bolt.
No, you know what? I think I'm gonna do one more of the path to the grave onto the same thing.
All right. Onto the same dude, the one next to Mao. All right. That aura once again appears around the creature, Mao, as it looms over you. Anything else for you, Amon?
Um, you know what? Let me cast a spirit weapon and attack this.
All right. You summon your spirit weapon.
What
Yeah,
is your spirit weapon?
it's that.
It's a staff with a bunch of eyes growing out of it, constantly darting around.
Neat.
Your staff zooms towards the creature, and it hits.
So 5 damage.
Alright, minimum damage, but still damage. It collides with the thing, dealing necrotic damage to its carapace. It's not doing much, but it's weakening it a bit. Okay, Mao, it is your turn. I'm going to need a charisma save. It locks eyes with you as you try and hide behind this mound, but it has spotted you.
Do not lie.
And you are not within range of Zumasu.
Nope.
So that means I'm going to have to roll a d8, and let's have some fun. For a good time. Okay, Mao. You do nothing. You are stunned by this thing. Not actually stunned, but you take no actions this turn and cannot take reactions until your next turn.
Dumb.
You just kind of stumble backward onto the ground, and you don't know what's happening. There's a Furfneblin next to you, and it just kind of waves at you, and it freaks you the fuck out, so you backpedal away from that thing, too.
Bad trip. Bad trip.
Okay. Unfortunately, it is now Barty's turn. Barty is actually, for once, safe. Barty is going to yell to somebody. Probably Peggy. Peggy, you're safe! Get to a safe distance! These things are confusing if they are too close to you! So Zumasu, if you want to move Peggy, you can move her up to her movement speed.
Okay, let me just see what this area is. I guess you'd probably try and is there any place that's higher terrain around?
Yes, the mounds are.
So this thing here?
Yep.
She'd probably go over there because that way she has range to attack more things, but also better.
Okay.
Because can she see the other one over here by Grubble?
No, that one is under the ground. I just brought it up for visual.
Because of the hole. Well, can she see over the hole? Like into
She
it?
can, but again, she can't see anything unless she goes in.
Okay, so she's gonna just survey here probably, because that way she can shoot at either one.
Okay,
If it
she
pops.
moves up to her movement speed using Barty's command. Okay, next is this boy's turn. Seeing that Mao is confused,
Harry.
yeah, we can do that. It's going to attack Mao with its mandibles. Does a 13 get you, Mao?
No.
You somehow manage to dodge it in your confused state. It is going to frustratedly attack you with its claw.
I fell over in my confusion.
That is probably going to hit you. So it was not trying to hit you. It grabbed you and picks you up, your confused butt self. And it is going to move away.
I'm dizzy and I vomit on it.
Hold on, it's going to attack Hotch, and then it's going to move away. Okay, it hits Hotch for 5 slashing damage because of resistance. And then Hotch can make an attack against it because it's moving out of its range. Right, that's going to hit for 12 slashing damage.
That's gonna be 24.
Yep.
Yeah.
You're right. Hotch swipes at the creature. Get back here with my bodyguard, you filthy whore! And he slashes into the thing's back leg, and it like collapses a bit before stumbling off with Mao. This thing is bloodied. It slides into this big open hole here, and carries Mao with it. It then is going to start digging 10 feet downward. It is still visible at this point. It is... Which one is this boy? Zoom out to see what I'm clicking on. Yeah, okay. It is the one near Grovel. Got it. So, the creature near Grovel is going to kind of keep a hold on Grovel. He's going to attack Grovel with his claw. And it misses. I'm going to introduce you to something that I keep forgetting Ostrich has. Ostrich has a reaction.
Oh, okay.
Ostrich can knock enemies away from allies to protect them. When a creature makes an attack against an ally that Ostrich can see, Ostrich can use their reaction to make an attack with whatever weapon they have drawn against the attacker. On a hit, the target's attack is negated. If the creature is medium or smaller, it must make a strength save or be pushed away. But it is large, so technically this attack missed, so he doesn't need to do it. But Ostrich could negate an attack using their reaction if Ostrich is nearby, just so you are aware.
Yeah.
So,
try to remember that.
Meanwhile, it is going to rush up. I'm grabbing the drawing by accident. Here we go. It's going to rush up towards Ostrich, up and out of the hole a bit. It's more visible to Peggy now, but it is going to take a chunk out of the Mudman. That is going to miss, though. Ostrich is able to skid out of the way, sliding along the dirt up their path. Frustratedly, it swipes at Ostrich with its claw, and that is going to hit Ostrich for 11 slashing damage.
Okay.
Peggy, you hear a great rumble coming from beneath you. And then a gigantic creature bursts out from beneath you. But this time there is not a roar, but just a rumbling of stone. And a humanoid creature made out of stones rolling over themselves bursts out from the large central mound. Peggy is sort of knocked prone. It then looks around for a few seconds, and it then skids over here, driving along the ground like a truck, and slams into this creature.
Oh, thank God.
Good.
Oh.
It uses its fist, windmilling it around into the creature's head, and deals 19 bludgeoning damage to it.
Kaiju!
Kaiju fight! Kaiju fight! And it goes in for another attack. And deals another 16 damage. With a big 1-2 punch, this earth elemental creature slams into the Umber Hulk, knocking it away. And Boom Crash, it is your turn. I'm going to need you to make a charisma save. At this point, you also now kind of know how it works. If you'd like, you can avert your gaze, and you don't have to make a save, but it'll give you disadvantage on anything that you want to look at.
Okay. Well, I mean,
It's a charisma save. You can probably handle it.
Yeah, but I rolled a natural 1, dude.
Eh.
Yeah.
Probably handle it.
So in this case, you do get confused by it. What does a 4 do? Okay, so that's easy. Boom Crash, you are stunned and confused by the kaiju fight going on, and you unfortunately do nothing this round.
Okay.
You sit there in stunned silence upon your molehill that you've made a mountain out of, and do nothing. Meanwhile, this creature is now going to leap into this pit and go after Peckledrow. Uses its claw to swipe at her. And it misses. It's going to use another claw to try and grab at her and miss. Finally, it lashes out with its mandibles and misses. Wow, Peckledrow, good job. So Peckledrow leaps into the rubble and starts rummaging around, and she pulls out this weapon of some sort, and then she starts running. This unfortunately provokes an attack from both of the Umber Hulks nearby, which one is a miss. The other holding Mao kind of swings Mao around as it swipes, but the awkwardness makes it miss too.
Now she's just flaunting it.
Apparently, she takes the weapon and kind of like looks around at these creatures and then disappears into this hole with the object in her hands. That Umber Hulk is done. It is Rizzo's turn. Rizzo, now that they can see the creature that's in the pit fighting Ostrich, Rizzo is going to toss a potion down into the pit. The Umber Hulk is going to need to make a dexterity save. And that is a fail. So Rizzo is going to deal... ooh, that's actually a lot. Is going to deal a lot of acid damage. It's not a lot, but it's 44 acid damage.
That's respectable.
The acid is then oozing over the creature. It is going to take another 2d4 damage during the next turn. Rizzo then backs up to try and make sure that she isn't within its sights when it finally rears its head. Juliana, it is your turn. That is Mao.
Yes. I guess this is gonna be a ray of frost.
All right. Is that the... Juliana needs to make a charisma save.
Oh,
Wait,
yeah.
does
Actually,
she if she
no,
can't
she
see?
doesn't. No, she doesn't.
Ha!
And the bat can actually see through echolocation, so the bat can just close its eyes.
Huzzah! I mean, ray of frost is good. Can Julian make like an intelligence check to see if these things like see us? Like, is there any way she can cast light on them to like blind them and make them close their eyes?
She can make an intelligence check, sure.
Okay. Frick. All these different little buttons. No.
She has never seen these creatures before. She doesn't really know their capabilities.
Ray of frost.
Pew pew! So I think that's just going to be a spell attack. I don't really have a button for her for that.
Nope.
So just roll a dice and add...
You mean roll a d20 to attack?
yeah, roll a die to attack. Okay, that will hit with her pluses. So that's going to deal... I forget what Ray of Frost is.
Why do you have the fancy button?
Oh,
So it's a 1d8 cold damage. Make a range spell attack, and spell is speed is reduced by 10 feet until the start of the next turn.
so it's 2d8 for Juliana. I'm now
She's
realizing
yeah.
the errors of some of my macros.
12.
Well, it already rolled 2d8. The thing. You hover over it.
Oh, it did. Okay.
So the reason that you didn't get the fancy button is because the spell casting, the spellbook macro I have, whispers the GM.
Ah,
So you sent the button to me.
gotcha. So I was spamming you, basically.
So if you'd like to, you can just do that, and then I can click the button if you're gonna cast a spell.
Okay.
Sorry.
It's okay.
I'll fix it next time.
She's also going to move away and stay toward the back.
Okay, that is fine. She does not have as good of a view over the mound, though. Do you still wish to do that?
She can't see.
I know, but she won't have a clear shot with her Ray of Frost, which is a straight
No,
line.
she's gonna. Oh, I guess she can move and attack and then move away, but she doesn't want to go into any sort of area for attacks.
That's fine. So she'll
Okay,
go over
so
near that
1,
giant
2,
elemental creature.
1, 2, 3. Okay, and then she moves 4 away.
Okay.
30 feet. Done.
Peggy, 'tis your turn.
Peggy's gonna assess the situation. She's gonna like, I think that guy's on your side. I'm gonna go help Grovel. And she's gonna see how close does she have to be to the hole to start seeing that hole.
Like, you can actually see in if you're right there. Because the
Okay.
creature had to go up a bit to get to Ostrich.
And it's focusing on Ostrich and Grovel, so can I like avert my eyes from the guy's face but shoot at its like back?
You will have disadvantage on the attack, but yes.
Mm,
You're
Peggy.
deliberately choosing to blind yourself to resist its thing.
How risky is Peggy?
She has 2 attacks.
Yep. Peggy will try shooting at it first, normal. Nope.
With the
No.
disadvantage, that does not hit. Sorry, Peggy.
Peggy groans.
Peggy is trying to shield her eyes from it, but that unfortunately makes it harder to hit things. Okay, it is this thing's turn. It was going to attack one of you minor dudes, but it is now engaged with an earth elemental. So it's going to do that. The earth elemental has 17 AC, so 2 of those hit for 21. Okay. These kaijus start slapping it about. Their fighting kind of takes them places, stomping over the mounds, and sort of into this river area. Zumasu, it is your turn. Would you like to avert your eyes?
I haven't. I'm not even looking at one yet. I'm deciding what to do.
You're within 30 feet of one,
Okay.
so you need to decide.
I won't avert my eyes.
Okay, make a charisma save.
Don't do it!
I have plus 12.
Yep, you are fine.
Yeah, I rolled a 3 and I made it.
Really?
Yeah, no, my charisma save is super duper high because of the charisma base stat and then the paladin shtick.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, there we go. Okay, I see the kaiju's fine, I see Peggy's doing that, I'm gonna be like, Mao, I'm gonna go help you. Justice Blade.
Okay, you imbue your blade with even more magic than it already had, and leap from the top of the moss-covered credenza there, and down into the pit.
I'm assuming I could do that because it doesn't say it requires concentration.
No, it doesn't. It's you use your channel divinity to do that. So you have plus 10 to your next attack roll,
Oh!
which is a natural 20. Your blinding smite, or whatever the smite was,
yeah, blinding.
activates,
3D.
and a blinding white light crackles out from your weapon.
Okay, so first is this. I rolled it twice, or how does this work?
It already
Oh,
does.
it already did it. Okay,
it
so
for
it's
that.
11, and then it's 3d8. So should I roll just 68?
Yeah, go ahead.
Whoops, sorry,
You-
let me fix that.
Yeah, we won't count that one. You can just do them all at once. Using the power of magic. I mean, the internet. I mean, roll 20.
So 68.
Alright.
And I'll do a Divine Smite just for good measure.
Right, you pump another smiting magic into it, so sort of like after you strike, it lands into the creature's carapace, a blinding burst comes out, and then there's like an aftershock of just crackling lightning that echoes throughout the entire cavern like an entire thunderbolt. The creature flops down onto the ground and releases Mao from its claw.
Blah.
It is dead.
Cool. Okay, I think I have just enough room to try and hit the creature over there.
Ta-da! That's gonna hit. Actually, yeah, that's fine, actually. It's like half in the thing there. I didn't really describe whether it was in or out of the pit, but it's in the pit.
So I like hit its leg or something.
Yeah. So that's gonna be...
Pretty good.
oh,
Another
yeah,
divine.
11 damage plus... plus
Wait.
16. Nice. Alright. You unleash another smite against this other creature, now knowing that your ally is safe. And it is finally Ostric's turn again.
Okay. Pew pew.
Alright, that is gonna hit for Ostric. Oh, is Ostric averting their eyes?
Oh, yes.
Alright, that's fine, because it didn't really matter there. So the second attack does not hit, but the first one does. So that's going to be -8. This creature is finally starting to take a bit of damage as Ostrich lands a valuable arrow in the center of its head, but it's still kicking. Does Ostrich want to do anything else?
Can Ostrich grab Grovel and try and pull?
Unfortunately, that would have taken their action to use the help action on Grovel.
Okay. Well, then I'm just gonna ready then.
Okay. I'm gonna turn this down. There we go. Sorry about that. New music. Still getting used to this thing. Okay. It is now an Umber Hulk's turn. Which one is that one? It is... this one. Way up here. So, this Umber Hulk burrows into this mound, and you hear the screams of gnome creatures from within. And yeah, that's all that happens there. There's now a hole in this mound. Do a little quick Rooney draw. There we go. Oh, it's of course on the wrong layer. There we go, just so you can see it. Alright, back to the action. It is Grovel's turn. Gotta get the heck out of here! Grovel's gonna make a charisma save. Okay, Grovel is fine. They're too panicked to be looking directly into their eyes. Grovel's going to try and get out again. Athletics. Okay. Versus... okay. Ostrich was managing to get that blow on, has distracted the Umber Hulk, and Grovel is able to slip and slide away and climb frantically out of the hole. Unfortunately, the Umber Hulk doesn't like this, and is going to try and attack Grovel using their reaction. And it's going to be a hit. Ostrich, would you like to use your reaction?
Yes.
Alright, Ostrich, make an attack against the Umber Hulk. It is a hit. The claw that's going towards Grovel is about to hit, but Ostrich says, "Look out, boss!" and shoots an arrow at the claw and knocks it away, and deals 8 damage to the creature.
Yay!
This is a really cool ability in practice.
Yeah.
It blows the water out of protection.
Alright. Next.
Ouch.
Actually, Grovel still has another turn, or another attack that they can make. So they kind of drop their weapons and whip out their bow, pointing it back into the pit. They're going to deal another 5 damage. Oh, actually, that doesn't hit. Oh well. It would have hit if he had +1. Hutch, it is your turn. Uh-oh.
Wee bit laggy, apparently.
Apparently. Hutch, what would you like to do?
See.
Do we have...
Okay.
Okay.
Sorry. It got kind of like cut out.
Yeah,
Alright,
that might
cool.
have happened because the music cut out for us too. I guess this lets us detect when Discord disconnects.
Fair.
All right. Sorry about that, but I'm gonna make a.
Hutch leaps into the pit next to Zumasu. Hutch, are you averting your eyes?
Oh no.
Of course not. Make a charisma check before this attack.
Okay,
Oh, he
we'll
gets my
do-
bonus.
Yeah, they do now. We'll say that that's fair.
Where the? Okay.
Oof.
Okay, no.
So Hotch leaps into the pit, but unfortunately it locks eyes with him right as he tumbles in. Let's do... Oh, move out of the way, move out of the... There's the D8. Found it. Okay, that's a 3. Hotch does nothing. I'm not getting any of the interesting results for this confusion. Hotch leaps down into the pit, slams their battle axe into the ground, and kind of stares at it in wonder of what destruction he has wrought upon the dirt before him. Hotch does nothing this round. Next,
All right.
it is Amon.
I need to make a. Yeah, I need to make a.
Alright, would you like to avert your eyes, or are you going to
Hell
make the
no.
check? Okay,
In capital C's all.
of course. But can he see why kids love the taste of cinnamon toast
No.
Underhulk?
Nope. Nope.
Because it's gonna be dead soon.
Ugh.
Alright.
Alright, that's going to be a
No.
fail. So, let's see if we can get a fun result. Nope. Amon, you unfortunately do nothing this round.
Yep.
You go to raise your hands, praising your god, but then you just kind of look into its eyes and say, well, those eyes are kind of prettier than Encabulos. I could probably look at these eyes for a while. And you just stand there entranced. Mao, it is your turn. I'm going to need you...
Do I? Yeah.
Actually, I'm going to say in this particular case, this dude is like around the bend. I said he was in the pit, so I'm going to say you can't see him.
Okay. So I don't have to make a save.
You don't have to make a save. You shake it off.
I'm not. Good. Okay. Good. Bonus action hide before.
Okay. You leap into a pile of rubble nearby. It's pretty easy to do so. You do hear that there is noise coming from a tunnel behind the waterfall over here. It sounds like there's another Umber Hulk down that way causing some mayhem.
Would I be able to maneuver myself over here then? Like on the outskirts of the hole and still hit this one?
Nope, because you cannot see through this green bit here.
Then I'm gonna hide and hold my action to attack the thing that comes out.
Okay. As you are there, a gnome bursts out from over here and just runs out into the middle here. It seems to be running away from the noises that you heard within.
Okay. I was like, no!
Okay, it is Barty's turn. Barty is going to yell... to yell to. Yell to Grovel. Grovel! My good lad! Get out of there! And Grovel's going to go over here. Help the kaiju fight. Oh, they can only get here. Okay, 'tis this Umber Hulk's turn. It is going to climb up to go after Ostrich with the full might of its attacks. That's going to be 2 hits, one of which is a crit. Just going to deal an extra d8. Okay. It's going to be a total of 16, 26, 27. It's going to be 27 damage to Ostrich. as it leaps up, climbing out of the tunnel and slamming all of these blows into the poor mud genasi. I will subtract that. And next is the Earth Elemental's turn. It's time for kaiju fights once more. That's going to be one hit. Thankfully, it's the slightly better one. Deals 16 damage to the Umber Hulk. And ends its turn. Boom Crash, it is your turn. Are you averting your eyes?
I am averting my eyes.
Okay.
Nope, actually. Fuck
Stare
it.
deep into it.
We die like men. Or fools. Whatever.
Well, same thing.
Yeah.
Okay, you are fine. You resist its entrancing eyes.
Thank fuck. Okay. Which can I see? I can see the one in front of me, I'm assuming.
Yep.
Can I also see that one?
I'm going to say yes, just because you have the very high ground. You can see, like, the top of it.
Okay. And what about that guy?
That guy, I'm going to say no.
Okay.
They're still in the pit.
Okie doke. I'm gonna Eldritch Blast. I'll split it up.
Alright, you shoot one towards each of the Umber Hulks that you can
Miss.
see. This one, unfortunately, is a miss. Your second one goes towards the other one.
Also a miss.
Also a miss. You
Okay.
probably shouldn't have divided your attention, you think to yourself, as your eyes go uncross-eyed. Perhaps you were confused this round, who knows?
Yeah.
Anything else from you?
Nah, I'm chilling. I'm also going to yell out the possibility that do we actually care? Can we just leave?
We don't have the navigator's tools yet.
Fuck.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
Also, we aren't actually suffering major casualties, to be
Yeah,
fair.
but it's a pain in the ass.
It is.
We haven't gotten the order from Grovel.
No, Grovel's just been getting out and just trying to fight for their lives.
Okay.
Is Barty still out?
No,
No,
he's just useless.
Barty just doesn't...
Yeah.
His only actual useful action is helping you guys move once per turn.
I get.
He's very encouraging.
Why am I listening to you again? Because I said so! Oh, okay.
Thanks, Mom.
Alright. Well, if you are done, Boom Crash, then...
Yep, I'm done.
This Umber Hulk is going to go after Zumasu and Hotch. It's going to attack Hotch. And hit Hotch for 8 slashing. Hotch is now... That's actually half to 4, so Hotch is pretty good. Hotch only takes 4. And then the Umber Hulk is going to attack Zumasu with its mandibles.
Damn, it hit.
And a hit for 11 slashing. It's now going to use its claw on Yuzu. But it
That
misses.
did not hit.
Okay. I'll just update Hotch's HP. And now it is Rizzo's turn. Well, I guess I better make use of these while I can. And she's going to go over here into the pit. And she's unfortunately going to need to make a save this time. She finally gets a good look at the thing. But she manages to shake it off. She, like, kind of shakes her head a bit and then puts her hand in front of her eyes and tosses a potion into the pit. Oh, I actually forgot, I think. Oh no, it's because it would happen on her next turn. So, one, it's going to take some damage from the acid that's still burning. So it's going to take 5 acid. And then it's going to need to make a con save. And it succeeded. So she tosses a potion in, but it doesn't seem to have any sort of effect on the creature. Darn it! And then she's going to back up. And it is Juliana's turn. That is you. Allie.
Right. I mean, closest one, Ray of Frost again.
That's fair. It's a +5 d20 roll. So that is not going to hit, fortunately.
Okay. Sending Giblet over to assist to this dude. Can take the help back.
To help who?
Well, it's going to have to
Kaiju.
help someone else other than me. So, because I forgot about it.
Okay, it's going to assist the kaiju with their attacks. Alright, Peggy, it is your turn.
Peggy's gonna just be like, crap, I can't get a good beat on this thing, so she's gonna try and see if she can save.
Save what?
She's gonna take the saving throw to shoot the
Oh.
one in the pit.
Yep,
You
that
did.
is a success.
Alright, now she's gonna shoot at it.
Which one?
The one in the pit.
Okay.
Damn it.
Yeah, that's gonna miss.
That hit?
That does not hit either.
Shoot.
Fortunately, it just pings off of the carapace. It's too tough for her. Anything else, Peg?
She's probably doing fine. She's probably just gonna ask how's what's the name of that gnome doing? Whatever drow.
Peckle Drow?
Peckle drow. She's like, I'm having trouble getting this one down, but is Peckle drow safe?
I don't think anybody knows.
She disappeared. Well,
Oh, no.
turns ago.
I hope she found what she was looking for.
This Umber Hulk rears back to attack this Earth Elemental. It claps claws with the other thing's 2 fists. And that is going to be... Ooh, Earth Elemental's AC is that. Okay, that's 2 hits on the Earth Elemental. And mandibles. I don't know how gnawing on the stone is working, but perhaps there was some dirt and was able to wedge in between the stone. Some of the stone clatters to the ground as she takes 21 slashing damage. Meanwhile, it is starting to rush around the battlefield once more, over towards this pillar and whatnot. They've also like changed places now, just in their tussle. Zumasu, it is your turn. Would you like to avert your eyes?
No.
Alright, make that save. Let's hope it's not a 1.
Oh shit.
Well, it was a 2, and that also fails. Oof.
I literally rolled.
That was a 10% chance, and you did it, boy. You won the lottery. Unfortunately, we don't get an interesting confusion thing. You just sit there and do nothing. You stare at Hotch's battle axe, which is embedded in the dirt, and you kind of see the same thing that he does. It's like really cool looking the way it displaces the dirt. Anywho, you waste your turn. It is Ostric's turn. Ostric is staring down this thing that is still within the pit in its own relatively safe den.
Okay. If I move away, am I going to invoke an attack of opportunity?
Not if you disengage, but otherwise, yes.
I say he should just disengage.
Yeah, boss is out. That's the only reason why they were down here in the first place. So, disengage, bounce it back out.
Alright, Ostrich quickly zooms out of there using their like ability to glide over through the dirt and slides up onto the mossy ground. The creature swipes, but to no avail. Meanwhile, that is Ostrich's turn if they are all set.
Yeah, I'm done.
You guys see an eruption of earth out here. As the Umber Hulk that was terrorizing that other den bursts free, this gnome shrieks and flies off in this direction.
I attack it.
Okay, you did ready your action for anything that comes through. So, make your attack. That is, unfortunately, not gonna hit.
Fuck you.
It is 1 away. You swipe at the thing, tink, and it turns towards you.
Uh-oh.
And I'm gonna need you to make a charisma save.
Dumb.
Dum 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 dum.
Oh.
Oh,
okay.
you succeeded though.
Oh,
It growls at you, but you just kind of hiss back at it.
that's fair.
And it's time for it to attack you. Time for hurting. Misses its first attack, but its second attack slams you into the dirt wall for 12 slashing damage, but you dodge out of the way just in time, having the damage from the attack. It lashes with its mandibles and catches you in your tumble roll for 16 slashing.
God damn it.
It's done, though. Revel, it's your turn. All right. Let's do this.
Make a save.
Fuck shit, make women. Oh, wait. Right, charisma save.
You ain't doing shit.
Tumbles up the mountain. What was I talking? Oh, we get an interesting one for Grovel, because he is lucky.
Oh no.
Okay,
He starts stripping.
he wastes his turn moving in one random direction.
Oh.
1, 2. Let's do another D8 to find out the direction. 1 is up.
Wait, I have a question, Chris. Is this a magical effect?
No.
I always forget I have this.
Actually, hold on a second. Grovel kind of like
Good.
walks towards Amon, and then he goes to step off the edge of the niche. Amon, if you'd like, you can attempt a dexterity save to stop him from falling out of the battle arena.
Remember, I am stunned myself, remember?
Oh, yes. You kind of watch him go by, and there's just like a Wile E. Coyote moment where he gets a little hang time, holds up a sign that says "Yipes," and then just falls down. It's not much of a fall, but he falls out of the arena and back near where the cart was. Maybe that's where he wanted to be anyway. Hotch,
Okay.
it is your turn. That is Amon.
Alright. Sorry, like I was like, oh, who's controlling?
Would you like to avert your eyes?
Hell no.
Right, make a charisma save. You have Zumasu's bonus.
Yeah.
Alrighty, that is a success.
Well, I'm going to do an upswing since I had the axe buried.
Okay, that is not going to hit, unfortunately, but you have a second attack.
Husha.
That one does. You finally land a blow for 9 damage. Slams into the creature, which is still doing A-OK at this point. Amon, it is your turn.
Alright, gonna make a save.
Actually, you're not near anything. You don't have to.
Okay. In that case. Alright. I'm gonna. Okay, Spirit Weapon check. What the hell?
What?
Okay, now I just need to check for how much I can move it.
20 feet? If you can move it 20 feet, you can get it up to the creature.
Yeah, okay. I will do that and make a spell attack on it.
Alrighty. I'll just put it next to Hodge.
That won't do anything, unfortunately.
Yeah, unfortunately, it zooms past it.
Okay. So, I think I'm going to, as my final thing, I think I'm just going to cast Light upon this. And I think I'm going to use one level higher.
Okay, upcasting Blight. Let's have it. Make a Constitution saving throw. Of course. It seems to resist some of your magic, but beneath its carapace, you can tell that the spell is doing something. It takes half.
Okay, 98. Okay, 20 exactly. That's the easy math.
Yeah. It's no 40, but 20 will do. The creature withers, and you can see it, like, go down to its knees, as, like, some of its, like, fingers and its claws start popping off, and there's, like, a stinky, gross, blackened meat beneath. But it
Yeah.
stands back up. It is still able to fight. Mao, it is your turn. There's plenty of place to hide in this narrow area.
I hide behind the waterfall.
Alright. You back into the waterfall. Tries to swipe at you, but you counterattack. Make an attack roll.
Yeah.
And that will hit. Finally, a good old Mao hit for 25 damage. It's the first damage this new creature has taken, but it did seem to have already been damaged by some of the gnomes that it piled through. So, you've actually bloodied it.
Success.
Alright, anything else from you, Mao?
Can I climb on top of it?
That's gonna be like a grapple check.
Fine.
Alright, Barty's turn. Barty is going to rush over here. Yeah. Near Boom Crash. And look into the pit to see what's going on. And yell, Mao, climb on top of it!
Uh-huh.
You can now use your action to try. Make a acrobatics check. Right?
Do I climb on top of it?
We're gonna find out. You do. It tries
Heck
to
yeah.
buck you off of it, but you manage to climb on top of the creature. It is now, I'm gonna say, considered prone, but you're also gonna have a rough time up there, maybe.
Maybe. We'll see.
Okay, it is this creature's turn. It crawls out of its hole finally, and is going to attack Peggy, the closest thing you can find. And deals 11 slashing to Peggy. And then another 12. So that's a total of 23 damage to Peggy. And a final claw attack. That's also going to hit Peggy for 7 slashing. So it's a total of 30 damage to Peggy. Who should...
Peggy's not looking good.
Peggy is at 8, I believe.
Yep.
Okay. But the Umber Hulk is now out of its hole. The Earth Elemental starts its attack once more. That's 2 hits. With the advantage, that's one of those hits was really big. But it doesn't really increase the damage, but it's fun. It's a fun little tidbit. It takes 22 damage. This creature is now looking very battered and worn. Boom Crash, it is your turn.
Okay. Do I make a save? Or-
You would need to, unless you avert your eyes.
Okay, let's see what happens. Okay.
Okay, you are fine.
Okay, which of these suckers can I see? Can I?
You can see all 3. All 4, actually.
Oh, neat. Okay. I'm gonna go after this one. Why the fuck not?
That's gonna hit. Deals 7 force damage and pushes it away. Excuse me, I tried to make a sound effect while hiccuping.
Nice.
And that does not hit.
That does not, unfortunately. The other one collides with the wall. Anything else from you, Boom?
Nah, I'm good.
Okay. Next, it is... Which one is this? It is this one. This one is looking a little weakened. It is going to dig itself into the ground and disengage. You're not sure where it's gone, but it has left a gaping hole behind it. Okay. It's Rizzo's turn. And Rizzo is going to rush over here and toss their last potion at this thing after attempting a charisma save. Oh, and succeeding. She tosses another potion on this dude, and it shatters. It needs to make a con save. And it fails. So, finally, weakened as it is, she tosses the potion on it, it shatters against its shell, and then the creature starts kind of shaking its head. It snarls at her, and then it starts to rise up and float into the air. It then starts kind of bobbing around the ceiling.
What?
Uselessly. She has thrown
That's kinda cool.
She has thrown a levitation potion, otherwise known as a potion of buoyancy, on the creature.
God.
It is trying to wiggle its legs to try and get a grip on something, but it can't seem to do anything. It is just floating uselessly in the air. Rizzo is
awesome.
going to say, "That's it, I'm out." And she's out of potions, and she's going to duck behind this mound over here. It is Juliana's turn.
Right.
So Juliana has Ray of Frost. She also has an Ice Storm spell. Actually, I'm not sure if she can cast that in this.
I was saying, it feels like there's a lot of people that are kind of just slightly in the way for that.
Well, also, I don't know if it has a requirement.
You also don't have that written down in her spells.
There's a lot of things that I need to fix about Juliana.
Yeah.
Also, that's not how Ice Storm works. So why is it like that?
See, there's Ray of Frost, Mending, Light, Alarm, Floating Disc, Featherfall, Find Familiar, Grease, Identify, Jump,
I
Dark
understand.
Vision.
I understand that it's not there, and I believe you.
She's got, like, Ray of Frost and Grease, and that's, like, her 2 damage spells.
Well, you probably can't go into her character sheet either. Okay.
Probably not.
Well, she has it. It's a 20-foot radius, 40-foot high cylinder, if you want to cast it, and it'll deal damage.
Sure, why not? And I can, I don't know, cast it over here so like the radius doesn't hit Peggy.
Yeah.
Or make Peggy move.
She
Peggy
can ready
can't
her
move.
action.
You can yell to Peggy to move, and she probably will, because she wants to
Juliana will
disengage.
hold her action, yeah, to cast a spell. She's going to yell to Peggy to get out of it.
Peggy's just gonna be like, "You, that's what I was gonna do."
Okay, Peggy, it is your turn.
She's disengaging and running to the park.
I'm assuming averting her eyes.
She just looks on the ground and just concentrates on making it there safely.
Okay.
Yeah, she'll run over here where everybody's.
Okay. And she doesn't even need to disengage since the other dudes are too far away, so she can double
But
move
wasn't
if
she
has to.
attacked by that one? Oh, because he was levitating, right?
Yep.
Oh.
Okay, Juliana, the coast is clear. You create an ice storm, which does... a hail of rock-hard ice pounds into the ground in a cylinder that is 40 foot in radius, and this cavern isn't very tall. It's only like 15 feet tall, but it's still storming down from the heavens. Each of those creatures is going to need a dex save, so I'm going to do that. Left and right. Okay, they both very badly failed. So, 2d8 bludgeoning damage and 4d6 cold damage. And the area is difficult terrain. So, do you want to roll that for me now?
Can you repeat? I was trying to draw the shape and figure out the spacing.
2d8 for the bludgeoning. Then
Alright.
4d6 for the cold.
Alright, yeah, that's better.
Okay, 28 damage to both of these dudes. The ice, Juliana, this is the first time she's actually cast this spell, but ice rains down from the cavern ceiling. It like forms into these ice crystals and then pelts down, fueled by magical force, shattering into these creatures. and both of them perish. Their carapace is shattered with icy shards. Zumasu, it is your turn.
Okay, is it magical or not? It
That
That would've made a
not
difference.
magical.
It's not magical. Okay.
It's just a supernatural sort of effect that they have.
Charisma. Did I make it?
Yeah, that's a success.
Okay. I'm gonna attack the one that's still over. No.
Rush over towards the one that Mao is currently riding, like a donkey.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Not Pagmule.
Sorry, I have to bring up the character sheet. Because that's where the button. No.
All right, that is going to hit.
No.
For,
And I'll use the.
use a smite.
Smite. Ah. That's 2 1s and a 5.
What a waste. It is hard for Ironius to hear down here, and he did such a good job with that last hit that, like, you're probably good. He's like, you're probably good. You don't need any more power, right?
Okay, so
Second
I'll
attack?
attack again. Yeah.
You're also finally getting the hang of this Warhammer.
Smackety smack. Smackety smack?
That'll hit. Now the ride is getting a little rough up there as it's getting beaten by Zumasu. The creature is
I'm
still
going for
standing.
attacks now.
Mine. My ride.
All right, Ostrich.
You
oh,
know what?
Sorry, I didn't know you had more to do.
But
But Ostrich.
it looks like it's pretty bloodied now, right? So I'm just gonna actually try and climb out of this hole with the rest of my move action.
Okay.
Stupid roll 20's freaking out.
It's gonna be a athletics check.
And it probably wants to swing it.
Yeah, it does want to do that.
Athletics check for me?
No, for it, Zumasu, to climb out. Peggy didn't
Oh,
need it
no.
because she had a grappling hook. Okay, so it did swipe at you, but it missed completely. Mao is
Sweet.
able to pull the claw away from you.
And I'm not able to climb out of the thing, am I?
You start climbing out of the pit, but you start slipping and sliding down on the rough dirt edges. There's not much you can unfortunately do about it. You just keep sliding back into the pit near Hotch. Alright, Ostrich, it is your turn. What would Ostrich like to do?
They are going to. If I move up here, will I be able to see that guy?
Yeah.
Okie dokie. That's what I'm doing then. So.
Ostrich climbs up onto the mound and fires down into the pit. Unfortunately,
And
it
misses.
was a little too far away. Misjudged the distance, but that test shot helped this one. You get another 6 damage on this critter. Mao, an arrow lands on the creature from a good distance away. You can see Ostrich waving from a mound. Alright, meanwhile, it is this Umber Hulk's turn. It is going to start bucking like a bronco. It is going to grab you with its claw. So I'm going to need you to make a acrobatics check opposed to this. Okay, it tries to swipe at you from its back, but it can't get a good grip on you. It'll try again with its other claw. Wow,
Ooh.
they're sucking right now.
Not much.
Make a new acrobatics check. Yep, even better. Okay, so at this point, it is just going to start running over here towards Zumasu. And it's going to bite at you, Zumasu, with its mandibles.
Okay.
20.
That doesn't hit.
That doesn't hit. Okay. At this point, Mao, I'm going to need another acrobatics check, just from its movement. but you are able to quite easily surf it over to Zumasu.
Got little bug hairs on its body. It was holding on.
No, you don't even need them. You got a 26. You're just surfing.
Just surfing.
It is Grovel's turn. You see a dwarven head pop up from over the side. The hell? How the fuck did I get down here?
Peter, what's going on?
Where did that? God damn it! And he runs back over here to like grab at his bow, or his crossbow that he dropped when he just ran in a random direction. Unfortunately, that's all of Grovel's turn. Hotch, it is your turn. You are right next to a giant creature with very little health.
All right. Let's get smashing.
I'm smashing as hard as I can, Captain.
Well, I gotta make our charisma save first.
Aye, but you succeeded. Alright, that's gonna hit for 13 slashing damage. This dude is on his last leg.
Out of how many legs?
Second attack? They just have 4.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Ah.
Swing and a miss. This last hit only collides with dirt as it's now backpedaling away.
All right. At this stage, that's it for Hotch.
Yep.
Amon's gonna go.
Yep.
I'm gonna walk around the group, and I think I'm just gonna do Total Dead.
The mad lad.
Can't believe he's done this. I will need you to make a charisma save, though, because now you are in range of the thing. I need to see
Okay.
it.
Woo! Woo!
That just barely succeeds. You're staring at the thing, and it looks up at you, almost pleading not to kill it. But then you just... Something in you just says, yeah, I'm gonna kill it. So it is
He
going
stares
to
at me. I stare at him.
He looked at
I
me.
go, fuck this shit.
And it fails its wisdom save, which is the first time, I think, in a long time that Toll the Dead has done damage to something.
And it does what it needs to do. It executes.
You cling your little bell, and the creature, in all of its pleading, confusing gaze, just collapses in a heap with no ceremony. Mao tumbles and slides onto the ground below.
Rude.
Now, it is your turn.
It's dead.
It is your turn.
I was mad because it got kill stealed.
Yeah, it just like rolled off of its carapace and in front of Hotch. I'm just like, really? Dude, come on.
I'm sorry, I can't hit it, man. I'm trying.
Alright,
Barty
so-
kind of walks forward and is just like, is everything all done now?
I don't know. I look at the little gnomes. Do any of them look frightened or they look calm now?
They are looking a bit frightened still. Then you see the giant earth elemental. It kind of like looks at you guys, and then it just sinks into the ground. A few seconds pass before it erupts out of the ground once more, this time with something in its arms. It is the other Umber Hulk that tried to escape. It has it in a full Nelson before you hear a sickening and its head pops off of its body and tumbles down to the ground. And
Woo!
it falls in a heap with the other, I think, 4 Umber Hulks in this pit.
Peggy's probably gonna run up and just be like, I just want to check on that other gnome.
Peggy does so. She hops into the pit, slides down, and starts yelling for Peckledrow. Peckledrow, where are you? Where are you? You okay? Then she does reappear, and she is fine. She's clutching a weapon near her breast, and it seems to be a longsword of very exquisite craftsmanship.
Was that the one I gave her, damn it?
No, it is not adamantine.
Okay.
It looks to be of gnomish design. but she nods her head yes. And then she runs over to the Earth Elemental and like starts speaking in Gnomish up towards it. And after a brief conversation, the Earth Elemental, it starts to, the stones just start to fall off into a pile, revealing that there was just a small gnome beneath it all. And
It was a kaiju fight.
Benegrin
my
appears
God.
in its place, the tiny gnome. She speaks in Gnomish to Peggy. I think they're gone now. I think we're safe.
What does this happen often?
Not often. I think that it's honestly your presence here that has done this, but I'm glad that you are here to help us.
Wait, can we understand this one?
No, it's Peggy's talking to her.
Okay.
Peggy probably apologizes and then just asks, how far along is Peggy with her thing anyway? Is it almost done?
Peggy is almost done with her thing. She needs a bit more time though, because a lot of her work was sort of crushed in the accident. But she was able to recover a lot of the stuff as she sifts through looking for it. The thing that she was working on with the emerald, that is intact. It only was covered in dirt. So she says that it'll probably take another half day for her to finish the rest.
Yeah.
In the meantime, the rest of the gnomes are all grateful. They don't seem to be upset with Zumasu anymore.
I make a mustache.
Excuse me?
I put on, when I see that they're happy with me, I make the Waluigi mustache. And twirl it.
With your disguised self?
Yep.
Okay. It's like you make a mustache out of what? Moss? So you
Good job, Mario.
you create a mustache and twirl it. They are thoroughly pleased by your little magical stunt. Meanwhile, the Peckledrow comes over to you guys, and she seems to be offering up a new trade, if you want it. She holds up her longsword, and she kind of looks at Peggy and tries to get her to translate, but she says, This would have been destroyed if it wasn't for you guys, and I would like to offer it for trade, if you need it. You saved our little burrow, and we're grateful. This is my greatest creation, Rock Hewer, and it's a magic sword.
Huh. I look at my
Okay.
warhammer and I'm just like, Anyone else use longswords?
You're the only one that.
Yeah.
Can rogues use longswords?
It's not a dex weapon, so it's they can't get sneak attack off of it, even if they.
I
can
was
use it.
about to ask if it was a rapier, because if it was a rapier... Actually, wait. Let me look at my proficiencies. It says I have proficiency with a longsword.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Light
you're not going
armor?
to sneak attack
No.
off of it. That's the
No, I
problem.
won't do it. So it would just be a fancy weapon.
Yeah.
Wait, and Amon, you already have you wouldn't be able to use my warhammer, or would you?
No, because I only have simple weapon proficiencies.
So I kind of take my warhammer and just like motion and trade it to them. I just look up. I do like a sort of like, this is nice. That's nicer, and I kind of like lift that up and like and look to you guys to be like, do you mind sweetening the deal?
Peckledrow, she laughs and shakes her head a bit and just kind of goes, "Yeah, we'll do that." She offers you the sword in trade for the warhammer that she just traded you today.
Okay, cool. I gladly accept and I bow.
She bows back, trying to
You should-
accept your customs.
Oh.
You should honestly try to just be like Benkei, just carry all the weapons all the time. Just be nothing but weapons with legs.
Benegrin comes over and says, You should be happy. She's been working on that thing for years now, but it's finally done. But you guys really deserve it, and thank you for watching over our den. Tell them that, Peggy.
Peggy tells him that. I tell Peggy I'd like to apologize for earlier that I wasn't myself. It was something beyond my control, and let me see if I have anything else I can offer.
Your valor has more than shown that you are willing to protect us, Knight. Anyway,
All I have are monster parts.
they don't want those. So, I will describe to you what this weapon does, and then I think we're done for the night.
Okay.
So,
Alright.
Rock Hewer is a magic longsword. It's a +2 weapon, so it gives
I
+2
saw
to
Hewer.
Hewer. Gives +2 to attack and damage rolls. It also deals an additional 2d6 damage to stone and metal constructs or objects. And you can use your action to strike Rock Hewer against a non-magical stone surface to create a 20-foot long, 10-foot diameter hole in the stone, or until it reaches the other side. Once you use it that way, you can't use it again until the next dawn. So it's kind of
once
like...
per day.
Yeah, it's a once a day, quote-unquote pass wall spell, except it physically disrupts the stone.
So I could also just use it to dig a hole in other stuff too.
In stone, yeah.
Okay.
It only works on stone.
And
Okay.
constructs.
And stone or metal constructs.
So what was that extra damage? I just do you mind just repeating it?
2d6 extra damage to stone and metal constructs. Or objects. So 2d6 damage to stone and metal.
Oh wait, so could I use this to break somebody's armor if it's regular armor?
We'll get to that, I guess, when we get to that.
Hey, I'd just say it.
If you
Okay,
choose
so-
to attack their armor specifically, I'll say yeah. You
Okay,
could
so
deal
it's
damage to it as if it's an object.
That still could be useful.
Alright. Well, that is Rock Hewer. You guys have gotten it. It was, I guess, basically traded for the adamantine sword. So you kind of just
Yeah.
got an upgrade.
That's fine. It was what I was gonna do with the sword eventually anyway.
And she has a nice new source of pure adamantine, the rarest metal on the earth.
Okay.
Okay, you don't need to keep doing. Okay. So, thank you all for playing today, and thank you all for watching. We will see you guys next time. What is next week? It is the 9th. Do we want to play on the 9th?
I can.
Okay.
I'm down.
All right. Then we will see you all on the 9th, next Sunday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where we will finally have our navigator's tools back and be able to explore the rest of our journey.
And we can leave the poor gnomes alone so they don't get attacked by more things because of whatever we're carrying.
Leave Benegrin alone! Okay. GG. Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Cheers.
Good night.